clicked the little button and we should be live pretty soon.
Sweet.
I'll see. Still saying we're offline. No, we are live now. Okay, sweet. Okay.
Sweet.
Nice. Okay, cool. So I'll do the same thing as before. I'll just can you see? You can see all this, Dara?
Yep. Yep.
Cool. So I'll put this little notepad here.
Cool.
And we're at 100 big blinds deep at the moment, boys. So you can see the pot here. Starting stack is there. So this is with a 12.5% ante as well. And I've just used like GDO ranges. Cool. So pure chicken from the big.
Yeah. So we got rid of the donk bet option. If anyone wasn't listening earlier, just thought it makes it more realistic towards the games we play and stuff. Basically.
Yeah, that screwed up our result with the donk bet, eh?
Yeah. I think there's too many options for it too. Maybe if you gave it like one or two sizings, it'll be less extreme. But yeah.
Okay, cool. So we've given them a few sizes. So we have check back here. Then we've got a 33% bet, 70%, and 130%.
Yeah, and we can see how it's like over betting over half the time now, which it wasn't close to last time, which is very interesting. Especially the hands it's going for. It's like pretty much all pocket pairs, fives hardly ever, but like all the middling ones are over betting a lot, which is very, very surprising.
It is.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah. I don't know. And can I see Jack 9 suited? What suits is it going for? You'd think the back doors would be betting more so. Yeah, so the Jack 9 of spades is just betting 1/3 almost always.
Yeah, and it likes using the clubs.
Yeah, clubs are favored over the other suits, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess that's, again, just because we don't run into bigger flushes, as many big flushes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of overbetting.
There is. It's very, very surprising. Even like the weak aces, the middling ones tend to go 1/3 pot. Up to ace jack suited likes going smaller too.
Yeah, more showdown, I guess.
Yeah, but it is very surprising. Again, king 9 suited, it just loves going fucking ham with that random middle pair. I could not tell you the reason, but
Neither. It must be like these weaker aces. They're probably just going to turn them into bluffs. Later.
Probably a decent amount too. And yeah, just looking at suits, right? It seems all suits are pretty equal, right? Well, with the ace deuce.
Yeah, it doesn't like the spade
as much, yeah. Yeah, which makes sense, but it's weird the other suits. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll make a note. We overbet in 55%.
Yeah. Aces are more likely to be block size. Interesting that queen 9 suited tends to be a block size too. I mean, it's obviously not as good as all the other hands, so kind of makes sense since everything's just kind of betting. But yeah.
It must be because these are more equity. Like
yeah, for sure. It's got to be.
And better bluffs on later streets.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so if we want to sort of say what they're doing here, they're overbetting 55%, then 40% small bet.
Yeah, and just negligible amounts of checking and 70%. And the checks are all basically you're checking all your weak aces just a small amount at a time, and your middling kings. Small amount at a time. Everything else is pretty much pure bet.
Okay. And they also like to check, or they bet smaller with the spade combo. So bet smaller with the
non-backdoor.
The non-backdoor flush draw.
Yeah.
Okay. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
So, less equity against...
Yeah, if you're putting a lot of money in the pot, generally you want something that, you know, you're going to win the pot more often. It's pretty intuitive.
Yeah. All right, so we'll start off at overbet just because we're going to be doing mostly.
Yeah.
Well, we'll look at both of those nodes. We'll look at
Yeah, because they're
overbet.
both pretty substantial. So
Yeah, and then there's just no real checking. So overbet first. So this is 100 big blinds deep, lads. And then this is what the big blind does when you overbet.
Still check raising the bottom pairs. No fucks given. Backdoor flush draws, obviously. Yeah, with the backdoor flush draws, I mean. Sevens is almost a pure call. How much is a check raising? Is check raising, less than 5%. You would think they're going to be check raising very not often versus an overbet, obviously on ace king 7 with positions and everything. King 7 suited makes sense to you check raising that. It's like going to be pretty much your nut hand to check raise since you don't block an ace. You have two pair that's kind of vulnerable. And surprise sevens is almost pure call. That's, you know, along with king 7, that's your other best check raise.
Whereas
surprising. Ace queen then loves it, and ace king barely. That is very surprising, you know.
It's obviously just trying to still keep some cards.
And
they're you know, the turn they have a strong range.
Yeah.
Otherwise they just get absolutely owned.
Yeah, it just feels like, you know, I don't know. This is coming from a more exploitative point of view, but, you know, in this situation when the other guy has ace queen and you have ace king, you know, you want to be on the right side of these cooler situations when you're getting a lot of money in.
That's what you would think.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I guess there's benefits to slow playing as well.
But I guess if you know, under the gun, and this is also going to be under the gun +1, so both the ranges are in here, 9-handed.
Yeah.
So I guess if they overbet in every single ace, then ace queen is doing pretty good.
No, it is for sure. Yeah. You feel very fucking good with ace queen on this board, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Something to note though, not everyone is going to be overbetting these little, you know, suited aces on the flop.
Yeah, I think you're very rarely actually going to come across the overbet here, like on an ace king 7 flop.
Yeah.
I think people are going to be 1/3 potting range pretty much, like population are, you know.
Yeah, and I think in the smaller stakes, if you're faced with an overbet on this board, I think ace queen is just going to become a call. In practice, because, you know, they're probably not going to be overbetting these little kings and king 9 and ace 3 suited, you know.
Yeah, I would agree. And then unless, you know, you've a lot of hands with the guy and you know he's a certified maniac, there might be reason. But
if he's from Russia, then
Brazil.
then you check raising.
No, Russians are nuts. Brazilians are crazy. Actually, no, Brazil, you want to check and give them the rope. Yeah. I swear to God, actually, there's one population tendency I've noticed so much. Brazilians, for whatever reason, there must be some Brazilian training site or something that's telling them to 3-bet from the big blind like super polar. Because the amount of times I've been getting 3-bet from the big blind by like 10 deuce off. But like, it's a Brazilian guy. Like, if I open the button and get 3-bet by the big blind, I check to see if they're Brazilian. Then I'll see how I continue.
4-bet or fold.
Yeah. Continuing way wider anyway. Because, you know, like that's another big population tendency is under 3-betting button, or under 3-betting the big blind, because you're so incentivized to call getting good pot odds and whatnot. And people just tend to be fairly nutted in general. So, I mean, that is the benefit to it, but once you realize the meta game, it's not as nearly effective. And like, deep. Just using 10 deuce off though is just ridiculous. Like, there's just no need, like, out of position too. You just, when you get called, like, oh my god, it's fucking horrible, you know?
There's
like,
not many good flops, eh?
Yeah, just, you know, at least if you really want to do it, like, get some suitedness, a bit of connectivity in there, you know, like, it's just like
king, like some good blockers.
Yeah,
like
blocker or
5,
something.
king 6.
Yeah. Just doing it with like the stone with like what should be pure folds is just not a good idea, you know. Using your fringe hands, you know, that are like bottom of your calling range is much better.
I mean, I can get behind maybe the occasional 10 deuce if you got a guy that just folds 100% to 3-bets, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe on like the final table bubble and you're like a chip leader, But
There's going to be spots to find it, but I
pretty
don't
low
know.
frequency.
Yeah, I think you can, just have a more solid range and still have lots of like cheeky bluffs in there,
Hmm.
um, just without going like super crazy.
And then they're also doing some overbetting with the gut shots with the backdoor flush draw.
Yeah.
Sorry, three
Oh,
betting.
check raising.
Yeah, check raising.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
So I just put that in the notes there. So they're using a lot of gut shots with the flush draw, and more so with like the jack eye, because obviously less showdown.
Yeah, it must be the reason. Yeah.
Cool. So he's going to be folding a
Also,
lot.
come to think of it, you can also make the other straight with Jack 10, which is now just 8-9. So just a tiny bit more backdoor equity too. It's handy.
Where's this one?
No, with Jack 10, I'm saying on this board, you can also hit
yeah.
the 8-9, so you have an extra
yeah.
backdoor draw, which is like
This is true.
minimally tiny bit more equity.
Yeah, that makes sense as well. Cool. So the big blind's mostly going to be calling here.
Yeah.
And then we'll look at some various turns. So imagine ace or a king, you're just going to go ham.
That actually, yeah, I'm pretty interested. We haven't looked at something like that. A king will be interesting.
Okay, let's, what king do you want to look at?
I suppose we bring in a backdoor flush draw, maybe king of hearts.
Sure. So yeah, we've given the big blind just a pure check in these spots, and okay, you're checking a little bit more than I would think.
Yeah, tens and jacks are gonna be. I think most people are checking those. I think most people don't even get here with them because they check back flop. But as played, we're c-betting 100% almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, you're going pretty crazy with the little pocket pairs here.
Yeah.
You're going real just.
Sevens is overbetting halftime, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with ace king. So basically, all your houses are half overbetting, half. Is that 1/3 or 70%? 1/3.
No, it's 70.
70. Okay. So
I've
you're always going on the bigger side.
Yeah, I've given them the option of an all-in as well, so you can see here. This is an all-in size.
Oh, okay, right. What's the pot size at this range? So that's like 4.5 times pot, is it?
Yes. Yeah, the pot's 1K.
Okay, I can. I don't imagine you'll ever really have an all in here.
0.1% of the time, man. But
with like exactly Queen Jack of Hearts, maybe. I don't know. I still.
But at the same time, it's not. It's solved almost 100%, but not quite 100%. So maybe as you get closer to like 0.0000, it won't do the shove at all.
Probably.
It's like an error.
It seems like a particularly bad turn card to shove 4x pot.
I would think so.
Yeah.
So what are we overbetting with here? So I wonder if all kings are the same. Should we have just a quick look at that? I wonder if king of clubs would be different.
I think king of clubs will change things a little because we were talking about earlier about
not much.
In position having less club combos. Plays very similar, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks
no, it's overbetting more. The nutted combos, the sevens anyway, was overbetting. That was overbetting 50% before. Now it's like 80,
always.
90.
Yeah.
A lot of the checks remain the same.
King of hearts, what we were looking at before.
Yeah.
It's overbetting more.
Pure giving up with 10-9 suited and Jack-9 suited. That makes sense. 10-9 of hearts even? It must be, yeah. All the hearts and everything. I guess you kind of block... Well, the 10 isn't great because you block a lot of floats.
The 10?
For 10-9 suited. 10-9 of hearts.
Yep.
Because you block like their Jack-10 and Queen-10, but... Surprised pure check there.
Yeah, these must be better because they block some of the King X. Because when he's going to fold some kings on the flop versus an overbet, so he's going to call the stronger kings. So these probably do a good job at blocking.
Yeah, that's
some
true.
Of the stronger kings, so you want to keep bluffing with these ones.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, way more overbets with the
when you take out the donk option.
Yeah, and also on the King of Clubs. So it's like 36% instead of 18.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. That's in position, right?
Yep, that's in position. I think all kings except for the club will be similar. So like a king of
Spades that completes the rainbow. Yeah, that might be different.
That might be different as well, actually. Yeah, not as much overbetting.
Yeah.
On this one,
12%.
Cool. So maybe let's look at the King of Hearts. So we overbet in the 5s.
We're mostly going 70% here with like 43%, and we're checking 38. Right.
See what they use. So they're trying to work these decent kicker to showdown.
But Ace Queen is still good enough for value. So that's very interesting. Like Ace Jack is almost pure check, and Ace Queen is almost pure bet.
I'll just write some of that stuff down just to make notes.
Very interested in the lower wheel aces. It's odd that you're checking your middling ones and then going for it with all your smaller ones.
Yeah,
obviously your heart combos are going to be going for it, but yeah.
They obviously just don't think you have much showdown with these hands.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Turn them into bluffs now, by the looks of it.
I think in practice it's a bit ambitious against a lot of people, though. But you know, I'm not a GTO player by any means.
If you're sitting here with like a, let's say king deuce of clubs.
Yeah.
And you face an overbet and then a river jam. You just call or?
Yeah, I think so.
You feel pretty yuck though.
Yeah, no, it's gross, but I mean, we're not like calling turn to fold, blank river. I mean, there might be situations where we river heart, or like if it's unknown, I'm just going to station them. If it's a guy that I have like 1,000 hands on, he rarely bluffs rivers, then I'll consider it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'll bring this up and we'll just say this. So basically using the weaker aces to big bets, overbets as bluffs, and merge in with like the flush draws. And we're going to work like ace 8 to jack, showdown, and then
also, do you find it surprising kings is a pure... Oh, aces is a pure bet too. Sorry, my bad. I was thinking aces wasn't, but it's just because it's not all in your range here. Yeah, okay. Because for a second there, I thought I was checking aces, betting kings, and that seemed very odd to me. You would think it would be the other way around, but...
Yeah, it's only betting it for a small... no overbets here, which makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then it's using smaller pocket pairs just to go absolutely apeshit.
Yeah, that's typical of Pio from what I've seen, yeah.
So it's going to work... And it's using the ones with the hearts more so.
For bluffs, yeah, that's what it seems to like doing, and then following through on rivers, flush completing rivers at least.
Okay. And then it's also using... What is it with like the gut shots now?
About 50, betting more than half the time. Oh, it depends actually. Probably about 50-50 with basically three of them. Yeah, and just using hearts.
Doesn't like diamonds.
Much more. Likes clubs, right? Interesting. Must be something to do with the ace of clubs being on the board again. Yeah, hates diamonds because I guess that's their back doors. They're going to give up a lot.
Yeah, exactly. They're blocking the back doors that fold. Like you want him to have that hand. You want him to have Jack 10 of diamonds here.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't block like any hearts. Are just going to be a man.
It's surprising though, because I guess you don't block any kings too, which is important. Any suited kings.
Yeah.
You do block ace jack and ace 10 suited, which you'd think is some merit to it, but I guess they all do, except for the clubs. Yeah. I don't know. Interesting.
So using the gut shots, 50%, but mostly with the flush draw or top pair suit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Top pair suit as well. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. It might be relevant here that maybe kings are more important. Maybe it's, I don't know, it's something to do with the fact that clubs aren't in king. The king of clubs isn't out there. I don't know, actually. Never mind.
It's confusing,
this stuff can get real confusing because it doesn't tell you the reason why. You have to...
Yeah, it just shows you.
Yeah, it just shows you the answer and you have to do some backwards...
figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, and then should we just say we'll bet the more frequent one of 70%?
Yeah.
And then we're going to get some calls.
So sevens are pure call. Ace king, pure call as well. So yeah, your nutted combos are just calling here because they're the best hands you have, right?
Yeah, and also I think you don't want to scare off like a gut shot or a flush draw.
Yeah,
you want them to make their straight or flush by the river.
Yeah, for sure. Sevens very, very rarely does. You think sevens might have some incentive to kind of... I suppose you're going to get money in against king X on the river anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, king 6 is a substantial check raise.
I think they need a lot more protection.
Yeah, I guess so.
They don't want to see any straight completers or any,
flush hearts, yeah,
that does make sense. There's a lot of calls here. A7 sometimes raising. I guess they'll just use that as the bluff now.
Yeah, that's probably, lucky all the house combos.
Wow. Big blind, they want you to fold queen 10 suited half the time and queen jack suited almost always.
Yeah, shit, and when you're not calling, you're raising. All right, interesting. So you're never calling there. That is surprising. At halftime to 70% pop bet? Yeah, I guess so. I guess you do have the reverse implied odds making it and, being behind. But
you could just be dead.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And or even against king jack or whatever, and if you have queen 10 they spike the jack, it's not much good to you.
If I had queen jack suited here, I am not folding, mate. I'll tell you that.
Same.
I'm calling.
Yeah, at very least I would be continuing somehow, and not in that way, I don't think. I will consider a check. Yeah. Is this an overbet? No, this is a 70% pop bet on turn, but the flop overbet. Yeah, that's true. I would be continuing way more caution after facing that line. So that is true. That makes sense.
Uses ace 10 of hearts as a bluff raise every now and then, or merge raise. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, well, merge, I guess, because you got the hearts. Yeah.
And then they'd probably just bluff. I don't know what they do. Should we look at a blank river?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I assume they're checking a lot on blank.
Doesn't get blanker than that.
Yeah. Assume.
So blank river still going ham.
Checking back most of your aces, even your ace queen now. Middling pairs are going for it. Oh wait, no, not really. Sorry, no. The 5s and 6s are going for it. The under pairs, that seems more right.
No small bets as well. Just a note.
Oh yeah,
70% to 130.
Yeah. Checking half the time though. Checking basically all your showdown value, your middling pairs, and your weakish aces. Actually, all your aces up to ace queen. And yeah, just going in with trips are better, and then bluffing with your low pairs and your miscut shots. I'm going to assume it's bluffing less with hearts than the other suits. Is that true? Queen 10 and stuff? Yeah, so Queen 10 you tend to give up because you want them to have hearts that they've floated with you on the turn. So it becomes a bad bluffing hand on the river.
So it's just a pure give up. You're just checking almost 100%.
Yeah, yeah, and you should be really. That's a particularly bad river bluff. Just yeah,
Jack 10 spades, it just goes ham.
interesting. Yeah, favors the spades. Oh.
I wonder if that's because.
I don't know. I guess spades are real good because they'll block a lot of king X and a lot of ace X suited, like all of them.
And they unblock any of his like flush draws.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like the ace.
Yeah, yeah. Like people
like
are
the
more
backdoor flush draws.
Yeah, especially facing an overbet on the flop. Most of their gut shots also have a backdoor flush draw, so yeah, it's going to be more beneficial. That makes sense.
Cool. And then it's using king 10 plus big bets.
What's king 9 going? Is that's a 33%? Is it, or is it?
No,
going
it's a 70%, but it's just
an
an overbet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then A7.
Yeah, that's a house. Oh no, it's not a house.
No,
Yeah, it's a blocker.
Block
Yeah. Okay, so that's just pure jamming. That's just going for it. Yeah,
Queens?
I mean it's gonna be
Queens are jamming.
Holy shit, that is very surprising. That is super surprising, especially getting that jacks and tens worked their way to showdown and queens also. You want them to have queen 10, queen jack and stuff. That is.
But they fold a lot of that on the turn.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I guess queens do a good job of blocking king, queen, and ace queen, which are probably going to be pretty frequent calls.
Yeah, that must be it. Like, I mean, you got to be trying to bluff off an ace there. Like, yeah.
A7. I actually really like the A7.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be the nut bluff. It's hard to find bluffs in these spots, and it's going to be like the nut bluff hand, realistically.
I mean, you want to fold like an ace-9, you know?
Yeah. That's true. Especially with the deuce river, it could be different with like a jack river or whatever, or queen, so your kicker doesn't play. It becomes a bit of a better bluff catcher, but yeah, you can bluff off more there.
Interesting to check the ace deuce. I guess the deuce isn't relevant to their range though.
Yeah.
Like when they have slow played pocket 7, like they don't get here with pocket deuces, right?
Yeah,
or like a very infrequent king deuce.
Yeah, and like to be honest, king deuce. I think most of the time you're not bluffing somebody off of a
king.
Any sort of king, yeah. So I think the river's a bit irrelevant because this is like going all in for about roughly pot, right?
1.3x
pot.
Yeah, 1.3x pot. Yeah. Should we look what happens when we go all in? Which we're going to do a 5, 6. So they're going ham with these.
Yeah, the under pairs and then the houses basically.
Check back more for the heart though.
Yeah, it makes sense. You just want them to have hearts. That makes sense.
Okay, so checking back the ones that had the fake flush draw.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, which if a heart came on the river, they would be bluffing with those, and then when the heart doesn't come, they just become better checkbacks.
Cool. All right, we'll look at both sides. So see what they're going to do against a 70% bet.
Yep.
And
so it's stationing with a lot of its ace-x. Oh no, not a lot actually. It's about 50-50. Sorry, I read that wrong. Ace-6 becomes a pure fold.
Yeah, I mean this is probably why it's good to bet the ace-7 because you're just going to get these ones to fold.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, look at ace-7 off there is going all in a bit.
I like it.
There must be a tiny bit to play behind. Yeah.
There must like 200, 200.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And like, okay, bro.
Oh, this versus a 70% pot too. This isn't the 130, so that makes sense.
Right, there will be a little bit of play.
Yeah.
Cool. And you just
so you're not. Yeah, you're mostly calling with your weak kings, and then king jack suited, king queen, about half the time. You're going all in. Okay, that's interesting. I could see myself. I don't know actually. Versus the 70% Pop bet. Actually, I don't mind a flat call against a lot of people. Yeah, I think King Queen's so good that you just want to go for it. But I can definitely see just check calling King 10 or King 9. Like, especially versus that line where they overbet flop and bet 70%, 70%, right? And turn and river.
You don't feel good.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Even Ace Queen's folding a bit, actually.
Yeah. Substantial enough, yeah.
I guess that's why they bluff with the queens.
Mm.
Because Ace Queen suited will call more often than any of these, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you block the Ace Queen, it's good to bluff with the queens.
Yeah, that makes sense too. That does make sense. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, all right, let's look against an overbet.
So you're continuing to an almost same degree though. You were folding roughly 60% last time as well, which is surprising.
But you fold in all of these.
Yeah, all your bad aces become, even ace queen suited and ace queen off become pure folds.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's interesting. And ace jack and ace 10 become count calls. That must be something to do with them bluffing with queens, maybe.
Check that, ace 7 pure call.
Yeah. Good bluff catcher, makes sense. Yeah. Gonna be a better bluff catcher than ace queen.
Yeah.
Which is definitely surprising, but because tree pair isn't usually a great hand.
They don't fold many kings.
Yeah, king 6, right? Hates king 6. That's interesting. Why king 6 specifically? Why is it always calling with king 3? Something to do with them bluffing with 6s, I suppose. That must be it, because they don't have the smaller pocket pairs, so they're not bluffing with 3s and 4s.
Yeah. Because
they're not in its range, so that has to be it.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, should we go back to the turn play again?
Yeah.
And okay, should we bring a different turn in?
Yeah. So this is still after facing an overbet on the flop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Should we look at a blank?
Yeah.
I think it would be the same. You probably just overbet the same amount. Yeah, pretty similar.
Yeah, 27% betting, 70% a substantial amount. Never block betting, checking 43%, 44.
So I just say the non-flush turn.
Yeah.
So when a non-flush turn comes on, you only bet in. You bet between 70 and 130%.
Yeah. Which makes sense, again, like positions and all that, being under the gun versus big blind.
Mm-hmm.
You can just put a lot of money in.
Cool. And then what are we using for bluffs? Well, okay, 5s make sense now.
Yeah.
6s, yeah. Okay.
Usually betting 70% with 5s, right? Cool. Rarely overbetting, right?
Slow bend the 7s.
Yeah.
It obviously thinks that 10s are good enough to work to showdown now.
Yeah.
I wonder if you also bet in the 6s, 8s, 9s, because you don't block their straight draws.
Yeah, that's probably a decent amount of it. That's, yeah.
Yeah, because when you have queens, jacks, 10s, he's just more likely to have like an ace or king.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too. Wait, when you have queens, jacks, or 10s, he's more likely to have ace or king, did you say?
Yes.
I think he's going to be less likely, right? Because he has all the Broadway combos, and you block those. So he's going to be a little less likely, right?
I was thinking more likely because he's calling every gut shot on the flop, or he's mixing check raising and calling.
Yeah.
Or the gut
shots.
Yeah,
so that's going to take out a lot of his gut shot combos, right?
Yeah,
I got you.
But he's calling every suited card except 7 deuce pre-flop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep,
That
yep.
does make sense. Yeah.
Yep.
So even Ace Jack, he just wants to sort of check most of the time.
Yeah.
Just using Ace Queen for the value. Ace King Kings.
Yeah, that is pretty surprising. And the strong as Ace Jack that you check back in turn. It is a mix though. I mean, you're betting 35% of the time, probably something like that.
And look
And
at
then
this.
King 9, it fucking loves King 9.
It does in this spot, eh?
Yeah.
It obviously just
Right.
doesn't think it has enough showdown.
Yeah, betting a lot with King Queen too. Just surprising. Basically, not give you up with your gut shots too. Loves barreling gut shots. Makes sense.
And then we'll have a look at a river that's a blank.
Yeah. I'm interested in why it's going more with Ace 8 than Ace Jack. Even like Ace 9 is pure check, but Ace 8 is betting half the time. That is very odd to me. Because I can get maybe checking the Ace Jack a little more because you want them to have gut shots and stuff, and you block that. So, but when it makes sense to bet with your Ace 9 over your Ace 8, just
he's not going to have gut shots here. Oh, do you mean like a Queen Jack, Queen 10, Jack 10?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
exactly, yeah. I don't know. That's something weird to me, and some things you would just intuitively think Ace 9 is going to make a better bet than Ace 8, you know?
I would think so as well.
Yeah, right.
Don't know why it's doing that. If anybody in the chat has some insight, don't be shy, get in the mix. If you've used Pyro before.
I always forget there's a chat.
Yeah, there's a few of them, a few of the little mongrels. Okay, so we'll... Should we do a 70% bet?
Yeah, 2 seconds. Yeah. So this is how out of position continues.
Wow, he's using
Folding
some...
like half its Ace 9. Going crazy with some middle pairs again, as we can see.
Yeah, I mean, it's using the spades to bluff here.
Spades, right. Interesting.
But I guess that does make sense because it doesn't bring a flush draw on the turn. So he's betting more backdoor flush draws on the flop.
Yeah.
And so when you have the spades and the flush draw doesn't come, he's more likely just to have like some of those like backdoor draws as well.
Yeah.
That have to fold now.
Yeah.
That makes sense, eh?
Yeah, no, it's got to be that.
Cool. So he mostly just calls. So we'll give him basically just a call here. And then should we see what a blank does? So imagine like an 8. That's going to be a blank.
Yeah.
And still going ham with the 6s.
Yeah. Checking, I mean, about half. No, not half the time, but like 30% of the time, maybe. A little less. But yeah, still bluffing like 70% of the time with 6s is not something you'll see often there.
No, I do like it though. I mean, it's just never going to work its way to showdown, this thing.
Yeah, for sure. Giving up with gut shots.
Should we see what happens if it's like a deuce of diamonds? Yeah. Because I want to see what he still does with like these 8s and stuff. Okay, so these are mostly...
Okay, 8s are mostly checking down there, yeah. Just about good enough, I suppose.
Yeah, and 6s check way more now.
Yeah, it does. Okay, yeah, gut shots still give up.
Yeah. That's surprising.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been going.
Especially because they block a lot of... they block a lot of good top pairs, though. So I assume stuff like Ace Jack and Ace Queen are just, auto calls, so...
Yep, this is true.
I think they'd be okay, but I don't know. I'm sure it knows something I don't.
So the gut shots give up, but they keep betting with the kings.
Yeah.
That's crazy, eh?
Yeah, it is. It is weird. Yeah.
Overbetting. Yeah, there's no... So it's just basically check-in or overbetting on this river.
Yeah, really interesting. All right. Yeah, shit.
Very
That's very interesting.
small frequency.
And it's doing a lot of overbetting with its middling strength hands too. It's kings, right? Real merge. That's like it's king 9. They're all overbetting, right?
Yeah, they're just bluffing at this point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, shit. That is very interesting.
Okay, that is. Should we change it up a little bit? So we'll look at like a. Should we pair the bottom?
Yep. I wonder how this looks for out of position now, because they were check raising a lot, or 7x check raising and folding, right? I mean, it was calling with some of it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'll be interested to see what that does to out of position's equity.
Okay, so we'll look at the equity as out of position, and
62%.
62%.
So yeah, it's pretty much always going to be. So that is the kind of card that a lot of people do donk on, and makes a lot of sense, you know. Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he still keeps bluffing. So even when the 7 comes, he's checking or overbetting.
Yeah. Interesting.
There's just so much like information this gives you. It's quite hard to take it all in as well. You know, like being able to understand it and then apply it to different scenarios.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. You're not going to be able to like just visualize these matrices in game, you know, like randomized correctly or whatever. But it's good to get a intuitive understanding of how this stuff works. I'm surprised. Is this overbetting with ace kings? Are they overbets?
They are. Yeah.
That is like, I mean, I don't know. Seems alright, but it's kind of surprising.
It's like why? Why is that?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Kings is almost pure overbet. That I like. Even aces.
Yeah,
I would
aces is
tend to
mostly
go.
overbet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I'm kind of surprised by that. You know, I would usually go a bit smaller myself, but
I wonder what happens though, because so if you overbet, they probably call most of the 7s, right?
maybe actually, yeah.
So that's overbet.
I'll be interested in seeing.
Yeah, they just...
No, raises a decent amount. It doesn't have many left in its range. It flats with quads because you're always going to flat with quads, you know.
Can't be bad.
Yeah, so it's half and half.
Yeah,
and that's probably mostly just a range concern of, you know, needing some good trips when you get to the river. Yeah.
I wonder. So let's just say he does call, and we'll put a blank out.
Yeah.
Check. So we still going ham with these.
Yeah. I mean, you're definitely going for 3 streets value with Ace King there, but I'm just surprised it's going these sizings. You know, it's gone so large.
It is surprising. Let's. I want to see what happens when he overbets and gets jammed on. Oh, you still just called Ace King.
Yeah.
No, once it makes that play, it's not folding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're going to be getting good odds. You're like blocking everything. Yeah.
So what are you using as bluffs here? We're using the small pocket pairs.
Yeah.
And this must be because they block some of the 7x, like offsuit 7s. Do you think?
Maybe there was, yeah.
Fold those on the flop.
I mean, you're not going to have 7-5 off. You're going to have 7-6 off though from the big blind, right? You're going to have 7-5 suited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that does make him particularly good. You'd think 8s would also be good for it. It's probably a mix of that and low and showdown value. So, yeah, being able to, like, if they have a middling pocket pair as well, which they do have a decent amount in their range, that you can bluff those off, which is always a pretty big benefit. Yeah.
And it's using the pocket pairs that have the fake flush draw.
Yeah, they have a diamond. Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
So using using those on Sproul, and then you're checking the others. Cool, and then... Yeah, it's just checking back a lot of its flush draws. Oh, not this one. So flush draws with the gut shot it goes ham with.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, all its 10-9 suited. It tends to, yeah, it has been given up with all these naked flush draws. Just checking them.
So just overbets.
Makes sense. Overbets diamonds, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Diamonds with the gut shot, just 10 jack.
Yeah.
Overbets all of that.
Yeah. And queen jack is just more selective because it's got more showdown, I guess.
And starting to turn some of these kings into a bluff.
Yeah, it's doing a lot less than it was on other runouts, which does make sense because the king drops in value pretty drastically on that turn card. Yeah.
Ace queen still bets.
Is that
overbets as well?
It's overbang? Oh, it's overbang mostly. Yeah, shit.
I wonder what
interesting
with queens when it brings a blank.
It's interesting the ace queen is overbetting so much. I mean, because the queen doesn't play obviously, and yeah, I don't know what the benefit to that is, especially being the queen shouldn't be that great a bluffing card for you.
Checks the ace of diamonds, which makes sense because some of his calls in turn will be the nut flush draw.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's checking down those ones with the okay, that makes sense. But yeah, still crazy. It's overbetting,
and it's betting a lot with its weak aces, right? Did you see that?
So what was the river just in?
Oh, it was blank, right? Yeah, these spades will do. So they tend to be overbetting. That must be to bluff off a chop, right?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it's doing.
Yeah,
because when the turn goes check call, they don't have many sevens.
Yeah.
That's probably what all of this is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, shit. The kings are mostly going for a 2, which is surprising.
Yeah, just
they're overbets, right?
They're
it must be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess those are probably some of the better bluffs because you block the boats. You know, you block the ace king, the king 7.
What's that? Using the king.
Using the king. Yep.
Yeah, it's surprising. You don't see people really do it in practice.
Like gut shots aren't going to be very good to bluff river.
Yeah. It doesn't. It's funny though because obviously in game when you got jack high versus when you have a king, you know you're more compelled to bluff with the jack high. But yeah, I guess it make
sense.
Yeah. I
mean, you feel like I got jack high, I can't win. You know, I'm all in.
Yeah.
So river that completes the flush draw.
So fives, it's finally giving up with a baby pair. Don't see that often.
Don't see that often. Sixes are still going ham though.
Oh yeah.
Eights makes sense obviously, and then it's just working.
Yeah.
All of these, gut shots give up.
Yeah, it's just going for value with the flushes there. Ace of diamonds bluff. Okay, that's you can bluff them off a lot of chops now on that river card, and they've less flushes obviously, so that's real good.
Alright, so some pocket pairs here will bluff, the ones that have no showdown.
Except for fives.
Except for fives. Still 30% though.
Yeah,
20,
is that?
30%.
Tiny. Yeah.
Check 70%.
Yeah.
So still every now and then you might just throw in a little bluff there.
Yeah.
Garth is asking us what an overbet is. So that's what happens when you play the PLOA. There's only Imagine like no limit Omaha.
Oh yeah. Do you ever play No Limit High Low? That runs a good bit. Eights are better. That's actually fun enough. There's they do a mini supersonic version, so the mini supersonic $22 one as well. That's quite a fun game.
I've never played that.
Oh, it's pretty crazy, especially when you make it a hyper. It's just fucking insane. You know, no limit, high low. It's just fucking. It's a good laugh.
I don't even know how to play it, to be honest, eh?
Oh yeah.
All I know, mate, is Crazy Pineapple,
Oh yeah,
I know,
yeah,
a little bit of PLO, and then
yeah.
Hold'em. Those are my jams.
You've never played a high-low game, no?
Never.
They're all right. I'll explain it to you another time. But the pocket split, so there's a high hand and a low hand. You need 5 cards, 8 or lower, to qualify for a low hand.
Okay.
That one's half the pot.
So
Yeah.
you get 2 cards.
No, 4 cards. It's Omaha. It's
Right.
Yeah, and it can be played.
Played that.
Ah, well, yeah, he'd know it all right. But it can be played pot limit, just regular limit. You know, like limit hold'em, and also no limit. So the no limit one can be quite fun. It's a pretty crazy game because hand equities run real close, and you basically like ace deuce. You know, like any hand with ace deuce is really fucking good because that's always going to be the nut low if there's. Yeah, like ace deuce 3 double suited would be the nuts pre-flop in the game, you know.
Ace deuce. Oh, okay, because you make the.
Yeah, because you got the best tie hand. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and yeah, you cover so many low boards.
Right. I guess if you're playing no limit PLOA, you have rag aces just all in.
Yeah, that's probably the play.
Yeah. Just like
yeah. Take your 5% edge while you have it.
I think Garth's just here to distract us. He's not actually here. He's not here for the Sims.
Yeah. What is he not? I thought he'd finally seen the light, and he's looking for some GTO no limit.
I don't know. I think there's not going to be much chance of converting him to the 2 card.
Mission accomplished. Make you guys go on a massive tangent. He's not wrong.
It wasn't hard, eh?
Yeah, no.
Should we look at what an ace does?
Ace, yeah. Yep, sounds good. So there's ace of hearts, so it brings in backdoor flush draw too. So you seem to be giving up with your flush draws. What? Why the... How big is it going with ace king? This is surprising. So it's basically bluffing. It's using its nutted combos and its low pairs to balance that out for bluffs, right?
Yeah. That's crazy. It checks ace queen here.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Checks every ace except for even ace 7. What is going on?
Holy shit! Yeah. What?
Let me try a different ace. We'll try.
Ace of diamonds is effectively the same, right?
Bro, what is going on here? Why?
Ace of spades might be a little different, but yeah, that is very, very surprising.
It doesn't seem right, eh? But it is.
I
know what I'd be doing with ace queen here, and it's not going to be green.
For sure, man.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of dark red and red. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, definitely go for value there with ace queen. That is very, very odd. I don't get it. I honestly do not.
It must be to do with the overbet on the flop.
Maybe, but I guess, like, I don't know. You don't expect them to make that many houses or anything. You definitely...
Well, should we do this? We'll go back to check.
Yeah, this is all stemming from an overbet on the flop. We should probably go 33% anyway and have a more in-depth look at this, because this is the more likely line you're going to face, you know?
Yeah, see, if you bet small,
yeah,
you're going to do way more betting here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Keeps their range much wider. I think this is actually the tree, the whatever you call it, the part of the game tree that we should be looking more at, because this is... most people are just c-betting this flop 1/3, you know, like with their entire range.
Yeah, I think after looking at this, I'm just definitely going to be adding overbets to my flop.
Yeah, that's true. It's good for us looking at imposition strategy. Definitely very beneficial.
And it's overbetting more than it's betting small, you know?
Yeah, that's true, but it's close. Yeah, 55 to 40%.
Yeah. So should we maybe just finish the overbetting first, and then we'll head back down to the small betting?
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Overbet. Call. And we'll look at that ace again. So that's crazy. It's checking all trips.
Yeah.
Basically, it's checking every trip, right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Nice. You see no one do this.
No, for sure.
But definitely as an exploit, you know, you'd be betting a bit here.
Yeah. I think versus population, you want to be betting a lot and building a pot. I think people are like way more likely to station you with your king X with their king X and stuff. Obviously, this is different though. This is stemming from an overbet on the flop, and it is something that I'm not too familiar with. Like
Yeah,
how ranges end up.
we'll look at both.
Yeah,
We'll look at
yeah,
both. Okay, so when you do overbet the flop 130%, then you get this ace turn, checking all the weak aces, and then we're using the small pocket pairs to go ham
yeah,
that don't block the straight draw,
yeah, yeah.
and it's basically only overbets.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think it's good. We sort of figured out why they're using these and not these. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think that's something we should take from this is like you're using the pocket pairs that don't block the straight draws that you now will get to fold.
Yeah,
Beating these.
definitely. Yeah, and I think there's a few different reasons for it. I also think it's because of the fact that you can fold out hands that are better, which is always a massive win. You know.
You could do the same
Yeah.
with these though.
Yeah, but I mean, there's more hands that you can fold up
Yeah,
because
the
with those
seven.
hands, you have the added benefit. Yeah, not only the seven, but like I mean, they still have eights, nines, and tens, and even jacks in their range and stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
this is true, Dad. You're a
so,
wise
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Wise
So,
words from a wise man.
it's just an extra benefit of it.
Right, yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Okay, cool. So using the pocket pairs to go ham, take them upstairs, and checking back a lot of the flush draws.
Yeah, it seems to be much more cautious after overbetting, which makes sense, you know.
But you'll bet the flush draw with the gut shot.
Okay, so you're still betting the
Like
the
40,
jack and
40%.
queen ten. Okay, right.
Not every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 40-ish%. And it's just pure checking the 10 jack suited.
Right.
Ludicrous, man. I'll tell you that much. Okay, so we'll do an overbet.
Yeah, because that's what I prefers, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll look at a check as well. See
Yeah,
what it
because
does
it's going
on-
to be checking fairly heavily.
Well, once you just fold like ace 8 through
What?
to
You're
ace
folding
jack,
a lot of trips. Holy shit.
don't like it very much.
Yeah.
All the kings catch you later, mate. The king 7, yeah, that makes sense. Bro, have a look
What?
at this.
Holy shit.
Have a look
What?
at that.
That is fucking ridiculous. There's no way I'm folding like 30% of my full houses on this turn. What?
I'm going
That's
broke.
absurd. Yeah, I mean, like, it is overbet. Like, you know, I'm not shoving either. Like, I am just calling. But,
Still mostly a call though.
yeah, still mostly a call. And folding with a diamond. Well, like, half the time. Yeah. All at 7x of diamonds as well. They're all pure folds. If you look over to the right there, the 7-6 suited, 7-5 suited and stuff. Yeah, they all become pure folds, which
Yeah.
is fine. It's picking up the flush draw. I guess overbet out of position makes sense. Actually, it's not great.
I mean,
spot.
you hit a 7, you're still not happy.
Yeah,
You hit a
exactly.
flush, you're not happy.
Yeah.
It's just nothing. Like
Yeah,
no
and having
good
diamonds isn't great. You kind of want them to be bluffing with diamonds, so yeah.
Okay, cool. So we call, and then should we look at just a blank?
Yep.
So
So this is after overbetting the turn, so our range is super strong here.
wonder
Right.
what's checking the heart combos.
Checking hearts, right? Okay. Diamond and heart seems to be the nut one.
I guess. Do you reckon that's got something to do with blocking the ace of hearts? Because there's two aces out there, so there's the ace of
Yeah.
spades and ace of
Yeah.
and ace of spades in the flop has no backdoor flush draw, so it probably folds more. First the overbet.
maybe.
Do you reckon that's got something to do with it or not?
Yeah, it could be. I don't know, man. This suit stuff can really confuse me. It must be something to do with it, right? It's yeah. Hearts and diamonds is the not give up, which makes sense. Well, like it makes sense to give up with the diamond, and yeah, it doesn't like the heart also for some reason.
It doesn't love.
There, it's hearts and spades. Yeah, so it really doesn't like hearts.
Right, 8 just checking down. I guess we didn't really bluff this on the turn a huge amount.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, how many give ups do we have? It makes sense. We definitely have to give up with something. 8s makes sense, I guess.
Bro, check this. Ace Queen's just checking back.
Oh, this is checking back. Yeah, I forgot you're in position. Yeah, holy shit.
What a nut.
Yeah.
Absolute nut. And then it's betting Ace 8.
Oh yeah, there's hardly no combo of it.
Yeah, not much Ace
weird.
Queen either. It's just a little slither, you know. Mostly just Ace King Kings.
Yeah.
And then you got some of these small pocket pairs.
Yeah, your range is so much full houses, but so many full houses when you take this line.
Yeah. Should we look at a check then? Because he is checking.
Yeah. This would be very interesting. I think this
in
would
position. Yeah, we check in a lot here, so we'll check.
Yeah.
And then, what do you want to look at?
Something kind of blankish, you know, whatever. 3 of spades or something.
So
okay,
this is
so
out of position.
Yeah, so they're going for it. So they're overbetting with their houses, and they're 30 to 70%. Is it 70% with stronger aces and 30 with weaker? Is that what it looks like?
No, these are block bets.
These
are
33.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah. With the smaller ones, it's block betting, and then with like the ace 10 suited, right? It's going 70%.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That does make sense.
Yeah, and ace queen is overbetting too, which makes sense. Betting a surprising amount with its 7s, like almost pure betting.
I think it's trying to fold out a king.
Yeah, it must be.
Or even like a pocket pair, you know, like
it's going mostly 70, is it?
Mostly 70, yep.
Yeah.
So it's turning these little pairs into a bluff when he goes check.
Yeah.
Mostly block bets though. So if we bet a third,
and
I haven't.
They're not raising their ace queen. Oh, do they have an option to raise? They haven't.
No, they don't.
Right, that's why.
Wait, did we give him? This has changed. I've got to load my thing back up again to see what options we gave it. Okay, cool. All right, do you want to look at a different turn?
Do you want to go back to betting 1/3 pot from the flop and change the whole game tree?
Yep, let's do that. So let me just write this up in the notes.
Yeah.
Cool, so we bet a third, which we're probably going to see a lot of this in the lower stakes.
Yeah, for sure. I think I think you're going to see most people just see bet range a third here, and then when they check back, they always have like queens or jacks. You know, like
exactly. Yeah.
And aces. I think most people will just check back aces too, regardless of what this tells you. But yeah.
Yeah, you definitely see a lot of that. They're like, I block the aces, dry board.
Yeah.
We're going to slow play, but you need to bet them.
Yeah, you need to get some value from it. Yeah, for sure. And a drier board, I'm more inclined to on like ace 9, 4 or something.
Mm-hmm. So they bet. Sorry, let's check this. So you meant to bet 1/3, 40%, and you're going to lose a lot of the smaller aces.
Yeah, you're going to lose 7s from your range, which makes sense.
And then just your like trash, you'll do the same.
Yeah, I assume they'll be becoming give-ups. Your queen 9 suited and stuff, unless they turn good.
Yeah, I agree. Cool, so we'll bet a third, and then... let me just make notes. It's smaller aces, and then... So little pocket pairs, and then the King X.
I'm surprised they're check raising. I mean, it makes sense against the third, I guess, but like ace 8 suited for value. Yeah, I'm just surprised it's going that wide. I mean, it's not doing 100% or anything. Like, it makes sense doing it with like Ace Jack 100%.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, and it's wheeled. The lowest kickers is just calling, which makes sense. In check raise, you have a decent amount of King X2. I assume they got backdoor flush draws because your offsuit kings are always calling or folding. And like King 9 suit, King 9 off is like 80% fold. King 10 off is about 50-50. King Jack off, you're folding a little more in King 10 off, which is a little surprising, but yeah.
Yeah, mostly just the spade combos though.
Oh no, I'm looking at offsuit.
Offsuit, oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of surprising amount of folding there.
So what's calling? Doesn't like having a spade.
Yeah.
I think that's because you can't bluff flush runouts.
Probably something along those lines.
Yeah, that'll make sense. It doesn't have any blockers to bluff. Like you can see the king of clubs at the bottom there with the spade.
Yeah.
It'll call with that more often.
Yeah,
have a good blocker to bluff.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting. All right, so when faced with a third pot C bet, so this is under the gun and under the gun +1 versus a big blind.
Yeah.
So when we face a 33% pot bet, the big blind should check raise. Actually, quite a lot. We should be raising 20% from the big blind.
Yeah.
And cool. So the hands we're going to be using.
Even your offsuit gut shots are doing a 50%. They're always continuing and about half the time check raising, which is interesting. Okay. Which are going to be, which makes sense too because they block your opponent's best top pairs and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the
also queens are pure fold to third pot on the flop. Holy shit!
That's insane, eh?
That just does amaze me. Like, I mean, I know it blocks a lot of their bluffs and stuff, so that makes sense. But just like, I mean, I don't know. I find it hard to look at myself in the mirror, just completing my big blind and check folding. You know,
that feels pretty sick, eh?
Yeah.
I think again though, this is versus like somebody's that going to be, someone that's going to be putting a lot of pressure on turns and rivers.
Yeah, someone that's going to have the appropriate amount of bluffs, whereas like so many people are just going to see bet at this and give up when you call on a dryish run out,
like if you've got
only barrel if they turn equity and stuff.
Like if you got passive Patrick in the under the gun,
yeah,
you might just call the queens once, because he's not going to be bluffing with the fives or whatever. So you're going to have to adjust this.
Yeah, or someone who's opening too wide under the gun and stuff, which you do see a lot of people doing. You might be more inclined because their range is less concentrated.
Yeah, and then you probably just 3-bet the queens more, instead of.
Yeah, that's true. You don't end up.
Instead of 3-betting 10%, you might do 20%.
Yeah, probably a lot more if someone's going crazy under the gun.
Yeah, I think it's just real important, if we know what the solver's doing, and then we can adjust a little bit based on what the player's doing.
Yeah,
but I think knowing all this stuff is real important, and then just deviate a little bit.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have a baseline, especially if you're going to be playing against tough competition. It's good to know this stuff for sure. But you definitely got to take it with a pinch of salt and kind of realize, think about how other people are playing and how best to approach it.
And also, just to note, when we do check raise from the big blind here, we're making it 3x.
Yeah.
So it's only a 3x check raise.
Yeah. Is that the only option you gave it, or was there a couple options?
Yeah, no, just get one, bro. Like, if you give it heaps of options, it'll take hours and hours and hours to run a sim.
Yeah, for sure.
And, like, this one was pretty big. This is, like, 12 gig, this one sim.
Yeah.
So, I try to do it with try to give it more complex options with another sim. It was going to be 28 gig.
Yeah.
Which is just like crazy for one hand.
Yeah, and you can see it, but like all the variables that are loaded up, it is insane how much you can like quickly look at how each turn card affects things.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit in here.
Yeah.
So when we check raise flop, cool, we're using the gut shots. Using the king with the nut backdoor flush draw.
Yeah.
And also we'll be check raising, yeah, bottom pair. With the flush draw. And then what else we doing?
And like it's pretty obvious too, looking at this, why the third pot C bet is so effective. Look at it, like they just have to fold 61% like instantly. You know? It's just so profitable.
Yeah, it's so
to
good.
Just do that with range.
Like imagine having fives here. You bet a third and they fold. They fold queens.
Yeah, yeah. How much equity they're folding against you is insane. Yeah, the amount of like, not to mind just the hands that already have you crushed, but then like all the stuff with 2 overcards, backdoors and stuff.
Yeah, just got to throw a little third pot bet there. Welcome, brother. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, DJ, but welcome to the chat, my man. Thanks for the follow. Okay, I'd be interested to see what the big blind does after raising here. Would you?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what do you do with these little pairs when you raise with the backdoor flush draw and it hits a blank? You know, like.
Yeah, I'm interested on blanks. I mean, I'm sure they're going ham on a lot of runouts, but yeah, I'm interested.
Okay, so I'll just. Okay, there's a lot of information that we firing up here.
For sure. How long have we been in this hand now? And still on the Ace King 7 rainbow.
Yeah, there's just so much stuff, man.
Yeah.
But I think as long as we understand the fundamentals, we can apply it in different spots.
Yeah. And again, this is like just under the gun to big blind as well.
Yeah.
You can imagine like we got to do a lot of sims on button to big blind because that's going to be like the most common situation. That's going to be like real wide ranges, so there's going to be so much to it. But
mate, I thought we'd just start off in the shallow waters, eh?
Yeah, probably best.
Into the solver work, and then as we
go
along, we'll.
For sure. Yeah, we're obviously still figuring a lot of stuff out.
So should we do? Well, what do you want to look at here? Should we look at a few? We'll look at a spade.
Oh, so we're going. This is call on the flop. We're making it.
No,
raise call, right? Check raise call. Line. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yep. Yeah, cool.
And then call, nice.
Okay, and you want to see how they continue on a dry turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's give him the 4 of spades.
Yeah. Alright, so out of position is still barreling a lot.
It is. Yeah, so on a blank turn. That turn does not bring a hell of a lot.
Yeah, it's still going for it, but all it's ace-x. Like, ace-8 suited. Yeah, that's kind of surprising, because you think, like, check, raise, flop, bet turn, you know, you kind of expect them to have a better hand by the time you get to the river.
Doing a lot of block betting, though.
Oh, yeah, it tends to be, yeah, that makes sense, yeah, it's all smaller sizing, actually. So I'm just writing all this shit down so we have like an idea. There's been a lot of overbetting. Decent amount. Mostly with 2 pairs, right? Oh, a lot of bit with like it's 10-7 suited. Queen 7 suited goes both ways.
It loves using spades here just because there's no backdoor flush draw that would have floated flop, you know?
Yeah.
So you can see like they're just going absolutely ham here with the spades.
When
you do have them.
Yeah, right. Funny because none of those 4 examples had it.
Slither there.
Yeah.
Keeps bluffing the king deuce, right? That makes sense. It's interesting that he bluffs the clubs, but not the
hearts.
The hearts.
That is interesting.
I think it's because. Let's think here.
Like, to me, I would think that it should be the other way around. Obviously, there's a reason why, but because of, like, ace-5, you block ace-5 of hearts with king-5 of hearts, but you don't block ace-5 of clubs because the ace of clubs is on the board.
Yeah.
But that's intuitive. There must be some reason why it's doing it.
It's got to do something with the floats, I think.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get more folds of that combo than the king-5 of hearts. Why would that be?
I have no
I'm
idea.
actually mind blown. Why would you have more folds?
Maybe it is because he has more ace-x of hearts, whereas he can't have ace-x of clubs. So, oh wait, I don't know. So I guess he has more folds. I guess he's got more folds then.
So he's just going to be a bitch and fold an ace.
Yeah,
That's basically what they're hoping, I'm guessing. Well, should we just have a quick look? If we do overbet, which we use in this, how many ace does he call? Oh, he still calls a bit of the ace, though.
Yeah.
But you get better kings to fold.
It's folding ace-jack and ace-10 half the time. And yes, you do get a lot of... Yeah, that's...
Yeah, that's got to be what it is. You get the better kings to fold.
Yeah. Just, man, it really goes for these 10 spots where it's like... You know, using your weak second pairs to fold out their good second pairs, which is really interesting. It's a really interesting concept.
Very smart. Very smart. Right, so that's got to just be because, you basically can fold those other kings.
Yeah, I'm surprised by how much block betting your 7x is doing.
That's weird, eh?
It's the kind of thing you see someone doing, you just tag them as a fish, He
gets the turn, it's a blank, you're like, shit. What I do for myself, and I'm just a mess. It's like, fuck. Alright, I guess we put out a little small bet.
Yeah.
It's just trying to push a little bit of equity.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's doing mostly block betting with those 7x, and then
it's usually its better ones to overbet. That's an overbet, right? Like the 10-7 suited there, it's overbetting half the time, right?
Yeah. And it's using
Queen
diamonds.
7. Right. And it's checking clubs pure there, right? With the King 5, it was going for clubs, right? Wasn't it?
It was.
And not hearts, yeah, give me up with hearts. See, this is why it can be so confusing. This is there's obviously some kind of reason, but I'm not entirely sure what.
Maybe it's because you block some of the ace-x combos that are going to call. You know, like if you've got a 10 or 7 of diamonds, you're blocking the ace 10 of diamonds and ace 7 of diamonds.
That's true, yeah. You're blocking that two pair. That's true. That is true.
Where you have the 10. I mean, the ace is already on the board, so when you got the 10 and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, there's a lot to think about here. And some of the reasoning might not be fully right, but we're, speculating.
Yeah, we're just making educated guesses at it. But, I mean, that's the only way you can really use the program, I guess.
Yeah.
Without having someone who's an absolute wizard show it to you.
You got to get Nicky P.
Yeah.
Get him on the stream. Okay, cool. So we block bet, and he calls.
And they're calling with most of their range there, right? Block bet's not very effective. Well, they're folding their middling pairs, which makes sense. Folding a little bit of their gut shots, but not much.
Yeah, again, though, I haven't given him a raise on the turn.
Yeah.
Just because it's very complex if you do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think we probably do want to add in raises to these sims for the most part. Yeah, but no, this is still good though.
Sweet, bro. You got a computer that can hold 100 terabytes of.
Yeah, no. my laptop is struggling with just the amount of hands I have in Poker Tracker at the moment. If I had a PO to be fucked altogether.
You might be able to solve the flop, maybe.
Yeah. Might be able to solve the first card on the flop.
Cool, so if we call here, and then let's just give like a... Yeah, Sarge just turned these into a bluff, like, still block betting some of them though.
Yeah, block betting a surprising amount. Giving up with its gut shots again, for the most part. A little bit of Jack 10 suited it's going for. Overbetting. Oh, Ace 9 makes 2 pair on the river, right? I was wondering. That makes sense.
It's hard to figure out why it uses some of these combos and why it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, why would it bet the Jack 10 of diamonds and then check the Queen 10 of diamonds? That's like real, nitpicking.
Yeah, although it is just going for queen 10 less because it has more showdown.
True. Oh yeah.
But
That might be exactly what it's doing.
could just be because of that.
Okay, so should we have a look at another card?
Yep.
Should bring a flush draw there. Actually, we won't bring that one because we don't have many flush draws of a 7. Let's look at. So he's still being small, but you're a bit bigger with the diamond when you get the flush draw.
Is that overbetting a decent amount? It's overbetting more than it's betting 70%, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's overbetting like half the time.
With the flush draw, yeah. Seems like good hand to do it.
Cool. So when we get the flush draw, we're overbet mostly, right? Full? No, we overbet some of the time. Big bets, overbets.
Yeah. I'm surprised by how often it still goes with Jack 10. I mean, you're going to have good equity, well, like decent equity on it. But yeah, it's like overbetting quite a bit with Jack 10. I mean, you have the blocker. You have good blockers, actually, because you block their turn 2 pair as well.
Mm-hmm. Block the straights.
Yeah,
I like
obviously.
I like it.
Yeah.
Some of the queen 10.
Yeah, doing a decent amount.
Obviously, the queen jack makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, get that value.
The jack 7. Yeah, cool. Okay, so they're just using a lot of blockers here, which make a lot of sense. And then...
Yeah. King 7 is like block betting, is it?
King 7?
Yeah, King 7 suited.
It's block betting.
Just pure block, pretty much, yeah, which makes sense. Yeah.
It does. They're going to have some better 2 pairs, for sure.
Yeah.
Straights. Okay, so we overbet in with the bottom pair. Plus the flush draw.
Yep.
And big bets, yep. And then we also use in... I guess if we brought a like a queen on the turn, they'd be using like queen 10 heavily as a overbet as well. Should we have a quick look at that?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still using these as... Okay, yep. So that's...
Pretty similar to how Jack 10 was playing in the last one, yeah.
So, okay, that makes sense. So we can use that and apply it to, like, spots like that. Cool. And then using... But remember, guys, this is 100 big blinds deep, so it's going to change. Like, Dara, I had a look at the 50 big blind one.
Yeah.
And there's not a hell of a lot of overbets on the flop.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
Cool. So then we're using the...
I assume if you give them the option to raise as well, there's a lot more like raising and stacking off, just shorter stack, that's always the thing,
Yeah, that does make sense. And we definitely run some of those sims a little bit later. I just didn't want to, like, bombard us with too much,
Yeah, because there's clearly just a lot of info taken looking at any one hand here.
So use the pair blocker plus the strike blocker.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we should look at here?
Ooh, I don't know.
They're using the weak kings.
So, a lot of block betting, a little bit of over betting. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Cool.
King 10, pure block, right? I was thinking that was check for a second. All right.
And then we'll complete it with a low diamond.
So you're
block betting
checking?
with
You're betting. You're still betting ace jack for value, but it's all block bets. You're basically, how much of your range are you blocking here? Like 60%, and you're checking like 40. So it's pretty much just block or check.
Yeah, it's going
Which is
for
interesting.
the check raise of the nut flush.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, very interesting. Checking all its ace-x of diamonds and then check raising the nut flush. That's cool. I like that.
It must be doing that because you're obviously going to bet a flush if you backdoored into one.
Yeah.
And then, like, if it overbets, you only call some of those flushes, you know?
Mm.
So it's probably using the, like, you can see the ace jack is checking mostly, but the ace queen is overbetting a bit because you
Yeah.
block the queen high and you block the nuts and the second nuts.
Hmm. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But he's going to have a lot of queen high. Yep.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking about ace queen off how the combos work, but it's just pure block, is it? It looks of it.
Yep. Yeah, just block betting everything.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Okay. It's crazy.
It finally gives up with its like king 3 and king 5 suited.
Yeah.
But like it had hardly none of it. But yeah, and then whenever there's the 2 pair, it blocks. Yeah.
Okay, so bets, so block bets. I guess if you do block bet with like a 7, they're going to fold like a king, I'd imagine, right? Like if you had king queen, if
probably.
You had king queen of hearts. Sorry, king queen of hearts.
Most likely, yeah, no, I wouldn't feel good about it either. Yeah, yeah, you definitely put him in a bad spot with it, so it's worth doing. But yeah, it is kind of surprising.
Yeah, it's almost just purely.
So it's weak diamond. The 7-3 of diamonds there is half overbetting and half checking, right?
Yeah.
Going for a check raise, I imagine, depending on the SPR.
Yeah, depending on the sizing.
Yeah.
Like if you pots it, you just call. Like, let's block bet.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Like versus block bet, yeah, you just.
Yeah, king queen suited is a pure fold, so yeah, there's actually good benefits to doing it. Yeah, and you're definitely going to get rid of like queen 10 and jack 10, which is real nice.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah. That's true. The good thing about block bets, obviously, it just doesn't have to work much. You're laying yourself such a good price in the bluff.
Yep. Yeah, no, that does make sense. Okay, cool. So should we just do a call then? And then figure out what we do on the turn?
Yep.
What do you want to look at? We'll look at an ace and see how that changes?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Alright, we'll fang in the ace of hearts, yeah?
I'll be interested in looking at each player's equity now because under the gun should have a decent amount of trash that they c-bet, yeah, so...
50-50 though.
Oh, it's pretty much 50-50, right? Cool. Yeah, because obviously they have the more concentrated pre-flop range, but yeah, I was just interested to see how that would change.
Yeah, it's more close.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we bet a third, and... So we do way more better now.
Yeah, for sure. We're checking less than 20%.
So let's see what we are betting. So we check in the real weak A6.
Yeah, 20 to 80% of the time, the weaker it gets. It looks of it.
Which makes sense. You don't want to like blow up the pot too much with
a
real weak ace, and then like you're just not getting 3 streets of this. I wouldn't.
Yeah. You can against some people, but yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not going to end out great for you. You get check raised and it fucking sucks. You know, you usually just call down and lose to ace 8. You know.
All right, and it's just barreling with the small pocket pairs.
As per usual.
As per usual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, and then it's only turn 8s, 9s, 10s with a diamond, with a heart. No, with a diamond.
No, it likes hearts. Oh, it likes diamonds too. Yeah. That's weird. I don't know why diamond and club is the not one. Maybe it'll turn into a bluff later. Maybe it's because you can get called by hearts. I don't know. I can't say for sure. My inclination, but then clubs and spades would be just as strong as c-bets. So like, I'm really not sure. You know. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's because the diamond blocks the ace 10 of diamonds. So there's only 2 diamonds here, right?
Oh, that's true.
And like if you have the 10 of hearts, you don't block well, there's obviously ace of hearts out there, so it's more
Yeah.
likely he's got a spade or ace of diamonds.
Yeah, but by a reasoning too, once you think that spades and diamonds would be the nut one, right? Because that blocks ace 10 of spades and ace 10 of diamonds. See, every time you think you got it, it's like there's something weird about it.
He's gonna have less spades though.
Yeah.
Because there's less backdoor draws.
Oh, I mean, he's always calling his a6. Yeah, he's gonna have less spades in general, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure. I am not sure.
The mind blown.
Yeah, but
and then we're using
it's betting nines. It's betting nines more than I would expect on the turn.
So block bets and medium aces, and then big bets, the stronger ones.
Yeah. Also block betting a lot with its king X. Well, that actually makes sense. Actually, I kind of like that. You do get value, and you can't dictate the price a lot, and you can just check back on rivers.
Yeah, I like it as well.
Yeah, especially the king queen. Yeah, you can definitely get value off worse king X and like sevens and all sorts of shit, and pocket pairs.
Yeah, I do like that, especially if you block bet in the 8. You know, you got like a balanced
yeah, and your aces, right? You know, like yeah, for sure.
So block bet in the strong kings more.
Yeah.
Especially with the flush draw.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Like if you look here, like he's betting king queen way more than the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be your best bet. Yeah.
Cool.
That can very comfortably call check raise too.
Yeah, exactly. And then.
So it's funny on this run out, your queen 9, your jack 9, and your 10 9s keep going for it, whereas on earlier run outs we were looking at it, they became give ups.
Was that versus the overbet?
Oh, I guess so. I think it was actually, yeah.
So he's still just barreling with the gut shots, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, not even the gut shots. I mean, the 10-9 suited, the jack 9, and the queen 9 suited.
Yep.
They were like pure give ups earlier. Yeah, so that's interesting.
Check it out. Jack 9 suited is just you just bet everything here.
Keep betting. Yeah, just go for it.
Why not? 9 jack, 10-9. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just betting random shit as well.
Yeah, because I suppose that's because their range is wider because of your sizing, so you're going to get more folds. Whereas before, by overbetting, you made the range too concentrated. That's just not worth going for it.
Mm-hmm. That's funny how the solo does shit like this.
Yeah.
Oh, bro,
that's funny how each variable can change a lot.
This is hard work. Okay.
Never said it was going to be easy.
Oh, I'm tired after just one hand.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're going to bet mostly block here.
Yeah.
And we're giving him a little raise. So what is he raising with? Still check raising with some of the A6.
Yeah, basically it's strongest A6 it's going for, right?
And then the flush draw.
It's got shots. It's either raising or folding.
Yeah.
And it's raising its flush draws, which makes sense. Combo draws are always good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's using the jack 10 of diamonds, like we said before, because you just block that ace so heavily.
Yeah, it must be.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really like that. That's something I haven't really thought about as much, you know? When you really think about his range and the A6 he has.
Yeah, but it's weird because spades should have the same effect, right?
You would think so.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's something to do with the backdoor flush as well on the flop. Maybe plays a part in it, but I'm not. I don't know.
I'm not sure. And then it's weird what it's doing with the queen 10 and the jack queen of diamonds. I thought these would have been check raises as well. Blocking the ace.
Yeah, maybe a little. I don't know.
Oh man, what a day!
You are continuing with pretty much all your king X except for king 9. Like that's real surprising too. Why it like continues with king deuce suited but not king 9 suited. Oh, and it's king 9 of clubs becomes like the pure fold, right?
I wonder if nines is barreling here.
Probably something to do with that. Was there sixes or anything? Were they barreling? 'Cause I'm not sure.
Yeah, nines are barreling.
Yeah, so was sixes though, and fives, and king 5 and king 6 were calls.
Okay. Very strange stuff, Darren.
Right?
Yeah, very strange stuff. Because you're barreling your queen 9 and jack 9 and 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, you do have a lot of 9x in
Random.
your bluffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
mystery solved. That
There we
makes
go.
sense.
Done deal. Easy. Easy game. Okay, cool. So we'll just a block bet. We'll do a call. My head hurts. My head hurts.
Every time I close my eyes, I can just see diamonds and hearts. So I have no idea
Yeah.
what I'm doing with any of
I just see dark red, medium colored reds, light red, green, and blue. Okay.
I was surprised. Aces was that 70%, and then blocking 70% and 70% pot.
No, it's betting 70 and then over betting 35.
Oh, okay, right. Interesting.
There's not much small betting here. Well, 10%.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, I see the frequencies on the side now. Yeah. Okay.
And oh yeah, I like that. I like this. It's using the 10 as a bluff here.
Shit, this is going for it.
It's weird. It's using the 10-9 of clubs.
Yeah.
I thought it would have only used the spades and diamonds here, blocking the boats, like the ace boats.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't even have ace 10 off in your range, right? Opening under the gun.
Suited.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have ace 10 off. Yeah.
You don't have ace and off. You do when
Yeah.
you're shallower, but not at 100.
Yeah,
bigs.
not at 100 bigs. Yeah. Just something I needed to actually factor in because I still always open at 100 bigs, but
Ace 10.
just out of habit. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks so pretty. Yeah, you're just like fuck. I don't
Yeah.
want to fold.
Everybody
make
else is
straights,
fish. It's
you know?
fine. Exactly. You flop Broadway. How bad can it be?
Yeah. Cool. So just checking these ace 7 makes sense. Yes, it's not even going for value, which makes sense. You don't want to. You're not getting called by worse, I don't think.
Yeah, what size is the pot now? The pot's still quite small. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I think you can definitely still get called by worse. But I guess versus like a proper balanced strategy, you're going to get owned by going too thin for value.
Raised.
Yeah.
Raised.
Yeah. I think against population, you can go for it though.
Yeah, it uses ace jack, obviously, because the kicker plays. So it's
Yeah.
using cards where the kicker still plays.
Yeah, makes sense.
I would have thought the Queen of Hearts would have gone ham here.
Yeah, but the way Pio plays, I'm surprised it's not. Yeah. King Queen suited, I assume that's just hearts, is it? That's betting.
Yeah.
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 Overbet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
King Jack, yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Is there anything else you want to look at the moment, bro?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm pretty easy.
I mean,
yeah,
it's
whatever.
still early days. It's only 3:30.
Yeah. You've some other ones run, don't you? You've a couple ready, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Do you want to look at the same board but shallower, or do you want to look at a different board?
I don't mind. I don't mind doing the same board. Some people might find it redundant at this point, but I mean, you got to look over a lot of stuff with this stuff, and like it definitely changes a lot when we drop down to 50 or 25 bigs. So yeah, I'd be happy to look at it.
Should we do actually? Because I've got a interesting board at 25 bigs.
Yeah.
Let's open a new one.
Yeah. What's the board?
So I've got a ace 8-7 with a flush draw.
Oh, and this is shallow, yeah?
This is shallow. Let's look at a
Yeah.
25 big.
Does-
That's going to be easier.
Does out of position have the option to check raise here?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
2.5x.
Because that's going to be important for shallower. Yeah, just 1 minute, man. I just need to go to the bathroom.
Sam, bro, I need to take a quick slash. We'll have a little break, boys. If you can hang
Cool.
tight for like 2 minutes. BRB.
I'm not actually listening to anything. I can't find what I want to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I'm randomly,
Yeah, we're still going outside.
I'll be getting up
Okay. Are you done with him?
Doesn't matter, I'm getting out. So. Hello, how are you?
Alright, boys, we are back in.
Yeah, it was fine. I went there.
No, no. Are you finished? Take your break.
Alright, let's see. This one's loaded. Sweet. So, this is our range under the gun. 25 bigs.
Man, I'm back.
You having a party over there, bro?
No.
Looks like there's a lot of ladies. Alright, so this is the undergun 25 bigs opening and under the gun +1. And this is the big blind at 25 bigs, no ICM. So no ace king, ace queen some of the times, and then yeah, this is basically what we should have. Yeah, you there, Darragh?
Yeah, sorry, 2 seconds. What was that? So this is, the opening range, right?
This is big blind.
Oh,
at
defending
25
range, sorry,
bigs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At 25 bigs.
yeah.
So you're going to 3-bet some of these weak suited aces, and then 10%
Yeah.
of the time you 3-bet and all this shit here.
Yeah,
Some
I was
random
actually,
things.
I was watching video on this not too long ago. I was surprised by the 3-betting like Jack 10 suited and stuff. But yeah,
that's
I guess
crazy.
you
That's
need those
crazy.
middling hands in your range. Like he was even talking about, there was I think it was versus middle position where you 3-bet Jack 10 suited. Maybe you have to do it under the gun too, where it's like it's a bluff, right? But you end up pricing yourself in versus a jam, and you just have to call off because you have too much equity. And it's like,
Really?
yeah, it's just such a weird line, you know. It's just like you can't put that much money in and fold, but it's really a bluff, and so you have board coverage and different things. But it's an odd function of
I don't
GTO
feel
play, I
good
guess.
but good about that, eh?
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. It's surprising.
Cool. All right. So this up here. I'm going to show the chat. So this is 25 bigs. We got a 12.5% ante, and then I've actually given them a bigger raise size than I was meant to. I was meant to do 2.5x, but I won't change it too much. So we got a 33.70, 130%.
Yeah, because it's like 3x is close to, it's like super committing where it's pretty much all in, right?
Yeah, 3x is
'Cause-
big. Probably 2.5, 2.6
Yeah.
is better, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you probably want to give it the option of maybe just shoving as well, and doing a 2.6. Obviously, it would take a while to run the sim, but it would be interesting.
I've got a shove added in here, so you add all in.
Oh, okay, cool.
So they can
Sweet.
go all in if they want to.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Okay. Cool. So we should be betting. They should be checking here. So we should be betting everything. again.
Yeah, you're checking less than 0.25% of hands. Cool, yeah. I guess it's just a function of how much trash they have that are just like mandatory folds.
Maybe what we should have done is we should have looked at the 25 big blinds first, just because it's so much easier, to run.
Yeah,
To work out what's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
So
a bit late now, but
yeah, a little bit missed the boat. So a lot of medium-sized bet, like 70%. Not much block betting like we saw before, which makes sense.
So good bit of block betting, right? Isn't that?
Yeah.
No, good bit of block betting, not much over betting.
Yeah. 40% block bet, and then 55%, 70%.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Cool. So we actually just use everything.
Yeah.
And then what are the ones that are just pure betting small? Welcome, David. Thanks for the follow, man. Yes, we're basically just using like the straight draws to block aces.
Yeah, that's surprising. So even 9-10 of blocks, right?
Yeah, 9-10 of.
That bet's a little bit bigger as well, but yeah, mostly blocks. Interesting.
Cool. And so we'll bet. Should we look at the 70% bet first?
Yeah, since it's the most common line, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just run all this shit down so we have it later and we can look over it.
So they even have to fold a lot of pairs to this, even though you see we're like c-betting all like so much of our range. Yeah, crazy.
So it's raising a lot of the flush draws.
Yeah, shallow that. Yeah.
I was just getting in.
Yeah, makes sense.
I didn't think it'd be doing that, eh?
All its ace-x is just calling, so it's obviously that includes it's diamond draws, which is interesting. None of it's. It's the neighbor's dogs. Yeah, I'm outside heaviest.
Oh right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I heard you smoking.
Yeah.
or ripping something.
No, it's just a ciggy.
I heard his stomach hail.
I'm surprised so many of our two pairs are just calling, or A7s are just check calls here.
Yeah, that's surprising.
I would be check raising those.
Me too.
Yeah, your 8-7s, so your bottom two pairs do always check raise, but your top and bottoms tend to call. Your top two and your bottom two.
Yeah, let's make a note of that. So
interesting.
Yeah, so your bottom two pair and top two pair.
And that's only all in, right? It's only taking the option of going all in. It's not taking the smaller raise size. Because it's raised to 1200, right?
Yeah.
That's starting stack, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So it's only going all in here. Okay.
Yeah, never chooses a non-all in size.
Okay, yep.
Yep. And
which makes
I'm
sense.
I'm gonna assume your combo draws then are your other parts of it. Your ace queen suited, a lot of that is raising. I'm interested in seeing the suits for that. Are your diamonds calling or raising? Diamonds are calling, yeah. Everything else is raising.
Own
That's
the
cool.
Board.
Yeah, you got them so crushed, yeah. As well as that, you're shallow enough that you can, even if turn goes check, you still get a lot of money in the river.
Yeah, okay, so you never check raise in that hand. So top pair with the flush draw is just calling, except for ace queen.
Wow, nines is a pure fold.
I guess you
Yeah, you do block their bluffs, but they're betting like pretty much 100%. So yeah, that's surprising.
But even like they're just bluffs have okay equity against you. You know, they got like 2 overs.
Yeah, that's true, and they're not going to give up.
It's gonna be solid playing 9s. You know.
Yeah, I'm interested. The Jack 10 suited. What calls? The like clubs, I guess. Clubs call and diamonds check raise would be my guess.
Say again, sorry, bro.
For the Jack 10 suited.
Yeah.
So yeah, diamond shove and clubs call. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and the others fold.
Yeah.
What about? We're doing like 6-5. There we go.
6-5.
Yeah, so you fold in. So gut shots fold. Oh, you even fold in the back door.
Yeah,
clubs.
yeah. It kind of makes sense. I mean, yeah, it's not. I mean, it looks kind of pretty, but without a 5 or a club, you're just so dead in the water.
Cool. So open end is call, except with the flush draw. Cool. And then gut shots are folding unless I got backdoors.
Yeah, and only the better backdoors. So the lower backdoors are folding, the Jack 10 and whatnot are continuing.
Only with overcards
Yeah.
to the bottom 2. Cool. And then what else we got here? Just calling the big flush draws.
Oh yeah. Okay. So your king highs are usually just calling, are they? No, king 6 is all in.
With the 2 overs.
Oh, okay. Right. With the 2 over. Right. Cool.
The king high flush draw with an undercard is jamming. Okay. Alright, we happy with that? So the weak flush draws are just straight up jamming.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Some of them.
Just take your equity and run with it.
Yeah, okay, cool. So weak. That seems crazy, eh? I would never have jammed 9-2 suited here.
Yeah, yeah, it's getting close. If I was like slightly shorter, I would be just auto jamming it. It's a spot where I'd have to think about it.
It's weird that it's only calling 9-6 of diamonds here.
Yeah, that is
I
surprising.
would be ripping that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got shitloads of equity. Yeah, that is surprising.
All right, let's see what. So when he jams, what are we calling?
It's not me trying too much tomorrow. Just a little bit.
Alright, so all of our ace-X besides the worst ones.
Bro, we fold in a
Open-ender.
yeah.
Yeah,
With
we
no
just won't.
backdoors.
Yeah, we're just not getting the. We just won't be getting the old price for it, which is annoying. But I'd say we'd just be kind of priced out by the size of the shove.
Mm-hmm. While you fold an ace, you fold the weaker.
Yeah.
Until we get to
5, 6 plus. Yeah, it's pure call. Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
so. Okay, so C-bet flop everything.
Yeah.
When check raised. We're folding just ace deuce ace 3.
Yeah. You feel like you've made a mistake on this flop when you bet fold kings, don't you? It's just like seems dirty.
Yeah, you don't feel good about it, but
Yeah.
in the overall strategy, it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because like if you do start checking that back, you'll find it so hard to have other good check backs,
Yeah,
I guess you can do it with some of your ace-X of diamonds.
it obviously changes like against different positions, like the
Yeah.
whole kings, but this is just specifically against the big. Like if it was small
Yeah.
blind and flatted, you probably checking back the kings a bit.
Yeah, that's true, because their range would be more concentrated. Yeah.
So we fold the weak aces here versus jam. We call in all flush draws. Fold in the straight draws. And what else are we doing here? Cool, that's pretty easy. That's easy.
Yeah, like that's the thing, short stack poker is going to be so much more intuitive.
Yeah, this is the
Especially
game I
since we're
like.
tournament players, and this is, we live with 25 big blinds.
Yeah. We're not going to be playing much 100 bigs, which is nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's just bet a third and see what he does here. You don't jam versus a third.
Okay, yeah.
Should we just look
that
at
makes
the big bets first and then do the third
Yeah,
later?
so what was the first one we looked at? That was 70%, right? That's what we were looking at. Yeah.
You're looking at 70%.
Yeah.
Cool. And then when he just calls, so I just want to see what he does with like an 8 deuce of. Oh, those are just calls. So when we deeper, these all check raises, but they just call here.
Okay.
So you just call in pair with the backdoor flush draw.
Yeah, you're still
Just fold in.
folding
my-
a lot of pairs. That's
Yeah.
very surprising. It's surprising you fold so many pairs and still have like 40% of your range.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Just pure fold the pairs. Unless you got a good kicker. But even
Yeah.
a king 7. Pure fold bottom pair.
Without backdoor, is it?
Backdoor.
Yeah. Yeah, that includes a backdoor straight door, right? Because it continues with some of its offsuit sevens.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's only certain suits, so it's only with
Only
a diamond.
diamonds,
Oh, okay, right. Okay, yeah, so it's with a backdoor, yeah. Yeah, so it is, yeah.
That is mind blowing, isn't it?
It is very surprising, yeah.
I wouldn't be folding a pair here.
Yeah, same. Although, like, the 70% pot, you might find the fold. But,
True.
yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So if our backdoors only continues with good kicker. Okay, cool. Right, so we're just a call here, Dara. And then what turn do you want to see?
Ooh, we try an offsuit, maybe a 10 of clubs. That'll be an interesting card.
10 of clubs?
Yeah.
It would be.
Okay, so they check. We are betting 1/3 of the time over bet, right? Yeah, so
There's
over bet or
basically
block bet.
Is that a jam? Nah.
It's going to be an effective one because the starting
is.
stack was 1200, right?
Yeah, that's they jam. So what are
Yeah.
they jamming with? Jeez.
I imagine like any flush draw, any kind of combo draw of any kind. Jack 9 suited tends to go smaller. Interesting. Oh, but that only has one of the flush draws, is it? Yeah, it only continues with the 2 flush draws, so that makes sense.
Okay, so it's checking.
It's checking its diamonds, which makes sense because they're more inclined to have a front door, the flop flush than the back door.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so checking the smaller pairs. Yeah, that makes sense. Bro, look at this. You just straight up jam 9s.
Yeah, shit. You do get that open ender, but yeah.
I guess you feel bad block betting and.
Yeah, bet folding is gonna suck, but like, yeah. Seems like a big shove, but interesting. You would think Queen 9 suited would be better. I guess. I mean, I know you have the pair with 9s, but okay. So Queen 9 checks when it has a flush draw and bets when it doesn't.
Insane.
That is interesting. And it tends to go to smaller sizing. It's block betting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess with the Queen 9s, like if they just have like let's say a King 8
Yeah.
or a weaker flush draw, you've got good equity against that and you want them to stay in, I guess.
Kinda. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know either. That's pretty... I guess you want weaker flush draws to stay in. That's
Yeah.
the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. That's true.
Like, you don't need to bluff out an 8 or 7 now, you know? You can easily just bluff that up by the river.
Yeah, and look at Queen Jack suited as a pure check, right? And you only have clubs and diamonds, right? That seems like such a good turn card to go. Oh no, you have other suits. Oh, because this is after you see bet, right? Yeah. Like that seems like such a good bluff, you know, such a good semi bluff.
I'd normally be shoving that in, but it doesn't like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I guess you're just keeping, you know, flush draws you absolutely smash still.
Yeah, must be something to do with that. And King Queen off goes for, well, block bets a decent amount.
I
King
guess
Jack off them with the double gutter, that tends to go bigger, which makes sense.
I guess when you get to the turn here, like they don't have many. So those 7s and 8s, they fold the flop pretty frequently. And
Yeah.
then when that turn 10 of clubs come, they're going to pick up a flush draw as well.
Yeah.
And they're not folding versus a bet when they've got either an ace or the flush draw, right?
Like, I mean, if you shove, they have to fold a lot of flush draws.
Not a pair and a flush draw.
Yeah, but maybe some of them, like even
Well, should
like
we
7-6,
I don't
Yeah.
think they'd be folding, but let's look.
like 7-6 of clubs. You think if because you're shoving close to 2x pot.
I think 7-6 of clubs a call.
Yeah, maybe.
7-6 of clubs, pure call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're not really folding out. Like,
Yeah,
you've
versus if someone's playing GTO, you won't be. Yeah.
Yeah, you got
That's
similar
true.
equity against their hands.
Yeah.
So that's probably like if it was a 10 of spades, it'd be different. There'd be a lot more bet in here, I think, with these hands.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not.
Oh yeah, Queen Jack still there it is.
That's crazy. Like the Queen 9.
Look at that, nines is a pure check now. And before it was like almost all pure all in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the wetter turn card.
It's probably got good equity against the flush draws, like the pair and backdoor flush draw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when they float the flop, they're gonna have a pair and a backdoor flush draw.
Yeah.
And that 10, they're not gonna make many. They're not gonna make like any 2 pairs except for ace 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. They were even folding a lot of 10-8, weren't they?
Yeah, they're folding all 10-8 unless it's got a backdoor draw.
Yeah, so they'd never make 2 pair there unless it's ace 10.
So when this 10 comes, they've basically got a pair of 7s, 8s with the flush draw, and you're ahead of those. Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, it must be something to do with that. Yeah.
Which makes sense. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll just jam in all of these.
Ace Jack plus for value.
Yeah. Block betting the combos though, the pair plus.
Yeah, the
draw.
diamonds. Yeah, I like that.
So when turn brings a flush draw, we check.
Also, block betting our ace 10s.
Yeah. So I'll just make a note. So when the turn brings the 10 with the flush draw, we check like our combo, like our flush draws plus straight draws.
Yeah, which is very surprising.
It is very surprising.
That is definitely not the way I've been playing.
And then we block bet with the strong pairs and strong draws.
Yep.
So top pair plus draw.
And block bet with the nuts as well.
Yep. So block bet, top pair plus draw. And we do a bit of block betting with the weak
Okay, this is interesting.
aces. Even the two pairs. Yep.
Yeah.
Two pairs. Just because we probably want to call for those hands, some of them.
Yeah.
Like ace jack of diamonds, you know, you obviously want a call. You just crushing everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Not
top
feeling
pair
bad about it.
plus draw straights, the two pair, and the sets block bet. See that?
The sets block bet. Yeah.
Jacks are doing the same thing that nines are doing.
Yeah. Oh. So jacks are all in a lot there, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Except for diamonds and clubs, the one that block both flush draws.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And same with the nine, like it doesn't have like having the nine.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because that's the kind of stuff you're trying to deny equity to as well.
And you have draws in case he's got an ace as well.
Yeah.
What else is he block betting here?
Set of tens. Oh, we already got that set, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
King 9 is doing a decent amount.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
all your draws really. Oh wait, and that was checking with flush draws, right? And doing with the non, same as the
so
Queen 9.
All the straight draws and flush draws check this turn, and then the weak straight draws will block bet.
Surprising.
Yeah, but I guess it makes sense. You can easily just fold if he shoves now, you know?
Yeah, that's true, and you don't want to like bet full that much equity. Because what I end up doing a lot of these spots is kind of betting enough that I'll commit myself anyway. So that's obviously the inferior strategy, I would say.
You're a peasant, Dara. They don't enjoy that. And then the king jack off. Jam in the ones that don't block the flush draws.
The flush draws, yeah.
Especially the... Yeah, we don't have a diamond here. It hates having the diamond.
Over jamming there. That's interesting.
Yeah, and then it just straight up jams like
your
strong
best
top pairs with no backdoors.
Yeah, and it's blocking with like your ace queen of diamonds. Is that where the blocks come from?
Sorry, give me 1 second, bro. Say it one more time.
It's like block betting with the ace queen of diamonds, right? And then like going all in with the other suits for the suited. Yeah.
Yeah. Just because it doesn't care what comes, mostly.
Yeah.
So So I'm just trying to word this so it's going to make sense later. How crazy is this, man?
This is really interesting, actually.
I'm glad I bought this.
Oh, for sure.
You're glad I bought this as well.
I'm glad you bought this too, Ryan. Yeah.
So we just jam in the strong pairs with no backdoors and the straight blocker pairs without the flush blockers.
Yes. Yeah.
See, this is making a lot more sense than 100 bigs deep. Like the combinations they're using, you know?
Yeah, it's much more intuitive, definitely. Yeah, it's like 100 pigs deep, it's worrying a lot more about future streets and stuff, and all sorts of shit.
Cool. Okay, that makes sense. Let's, should we look at a few other ones?
Sure.
a few other turns?
Yep.
Or should we just have a quick look at like a blank river? Because I want to see what these flush draw.
Yeah,
opens will
actually,
do.
yeah, because you're left with a lot of missed stuff, right?
You just
They had
check in.
like a real substantial donking strategy there, didn't they?
They do.
Yeah, holy shit. Even all the stuff that River's bottom pair. Look at that 4-3 suited.
Who loves it?
Yeah, right? Diamonds and all.
Wow.
Okay, so its weakest aces are block betting for the most part.
Ace 10 is just checking, hoping to pick up a bet.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
It's going to check raise, obviously. That's what it's hoping for.
It must be, yeah.
And this must feel too weak to check raise.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Right, we'll do a check though. Welcome, C93 numbers. Thanks for the follow, brother. It's like one of those, names you try to search up on Sharkscope.
Yeah.
You can't figure out what it is.
Yeah, you
never
gotta
get the name.
Yeah, you gotta keep a hand replayer open or something in
Yeah.
their window. That
Anything
always
else.
happens to me, yeah.
Okay. Cool, so what do we follow through with here on the blank one check to? Block bet in the A6, the weak ones. I mean, we jammed a lot of these.
Yeah. That's why they're not really there anymore. Queen Jack suited, what suits are we using? I'm
Give me
gonna
1 second, bro.
assume it's the other suits. The hearts and the spades.
Yeah, 5s are just giving up. 9s mostly jammed there, same with jacks.
Yes, the
we
hearts and
bluff
spades are
in-
going for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because these ones bet the turn as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah.
King Jack. That's crazy how you don't try and put a little bluff through here. The straight draw.
Which straight draw?
This one?
Oh, the Queen Jack. Yeah, with
Yeah,
the
King Jack?
clubs and the
You just check
King
down.
Jack. Yeah, actually, yeah. That's because you haven't got the offsuit ones anymore. You've only got diamonds and clubs, right? So they're just gonna be worse for bluffing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we check down.
It's
the bluff.
interesting that Queen 9 and King 9 check down so much, and when they do bet, it's only a block bet. That's interesting.
Yeah, Queen 9 only blocks bets, but the Queen Jack suited goes ham with a jam.
Nice.
And same with these. Cool. So then the busted straight and flush draws will now check river.
Yeah.
And then the busted straight draws without the flush will jam mostly. Yep.
Yep. Seems to be the case.
Cool. Should we look at a turn that completes maybe flush?
Yep. River, you mean?
Sorry,
Our turn.
river.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to look at? So I was just going to say, does the chat have a certain river or turn they want to have a look at if you guys are curious? Or any questions? Or any observations? Just throw it in the chat, boys. All right, what are we looking at, Darrett?
I don't mind. Something like a Jack of Clubs.
Okay.
Pretty wet river. So
Okay.
9x is block betting. These are all donk bets, right? Oh no, the turn has been check, right? So yeah, so a lot of block betting with your 9x. It's all block betting, right? Yeah, they block bet 45% of the check.
This is out of position.
Out of position, yeah, but that's quite interesting.
It is.
So it's a lot of it's flushes or checking, then going for the check raise, I suppose. Oh no, that wasn't. I was looking at diamonds. Sorry, what are clubs doing? Clubs are mostly checky, are they? Got to find a combo with them.
Yes, some of them. Yes, some of them.
Okay.
It's all block betting.
Yeah,
they just block betting the turn with everything, all checking. There's no over bets.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's just we'll give him a check. See what we do here. Yeah, Queen 9 makes sense with the nut straight.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
King Queen.
Actually King Queen is not straight.
Yeah, King Queen's a nut straight. King 9. I mean, they're all just jamming. So many jams.
For over pot too.
No
right?
block betting.
Yeah.
5s. Yeah, boy. Rip that Johnny. Get the 6s in.
They all got clubs or no, they don't. Yeah, no, never mind.
They just got any 6, any 5. You're just ripping it here.
Yeah.
9s, jacks. Yeah, that makes sense. The jacks they're ripping.
No, they're not. They're block betting a small amount, right?
They are block betting.
Yeah. Like ripping would be pretty crazy. Even like they're checking most of the time, and I do think you want to be checking this back a lot because the SPR is going to be like 2-1, right?
Yeah.
So getting jammed on is real ugly.
There's only 2. I mean, you don't even jam a 9 here though.
No. Well, King 9 was jamming, I thought. No.
No, I mean if they block bet.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you can jam a by 9.
Yeah, I'll be interested actually. You're probably jamming Queen 9 plus, right? Do you want to check how we play the block bet? King 9's mostly a race.
King 9.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, we've got fuck all else 9x, although it's calling with most of 10-9, interestingly. I guess King 9's better because it blocks King Queen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly why I think. And unpaired?
Yeah.
Doesn't block any sets.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. They can have ace 10 or pocket 10s, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so it's only checking or jamming here. So what is it checking back? Checking back King.
A lot of your 10x is checking back.
Wow, it's
Queens are betting half the time.
As a jam.
Yeah, right.
Over bet jam.
Yeah.
I like it though.
Yeah. Good blockers for it. I assume you're doing it with the clubs, right? With queens.
Clubs?
For queens, for pocket queens when you have a club.
Oh, queens here, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're using all the club combos, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of this does make sense.
Yeah.
In the shorter stacks. Should we look at maybe a... Oh, whoops.
I'm interested in what diamond does actually because of how many diamonds you check shove on the flop.
What diamond do you want to look at?
Anyone, I guess, like a tree of diamonds, whatever. So
you're not jamming.
So, but it's using a bigger sizing. This is the whole position, right? Before it was block betting a lot more when it was the backdoor flush. When it's the flop flush, though, they use a bigger sizing a lot. Interesting.
Okay, so when the river brings the front door flush, Garth reckons just all and everything, eh?
Yeah.
Wise words.
That's it.
That's basically what the solver's selling us, Garth. So you've been in the lab. You've done a bit of work. So the river, when the front door flush comes in, but no straight.
Oh. Wait, 2 seconds there, right?
Yeah, all good, my man. Checking a quarter, and no overbet, no block bet. So what are we using here with the... So we betting with the 2 pairs, we checking the weak aces, so... we betting the strong 2 pairs. Checking weak top pair.
And we're going 70% with our strong 2 pairs too. I guess, yeah, it is a much better river to do it on because the last one was, you know, brought to straight as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Even like ace jack, you're checking. Ace queen, check. Yeah, so you're checking all your strong 1 pairs, betting the 2 pairs. Yeah, that makes sense. These make sense as well. So you bet in unpaired straight blockers. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Unpaired straight blockers.
Yeah, yeah.
So we've been in the king queens. We've been in the king jacks, king nines, queen nines. Taking showdown with those little pairs in the top pairs.
Yeah.
And then we still going ham with 5s and 6s.
Always.
Only
You're giving up with the club though, the missed backdoors, which is interesting. Give you up more often.
Yeah, because he's more likely to have the diamonds then.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So then going ham. Oh, sweet tits. What a day.
Sweet tits.
What a day, Darrow.
Yeah, yeah. Been going out for a while.
Okay. Should we look at a higher flush card, like a queen?
Cool, yep. Yeah. I
check.
imagine it'll play pretty similarly to the 3.
Yeah, it bets slightly less often.
Yeah, but it's real close,
But
right?
still,
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're doing probably similar shit as well.
Yeah, yeah. It's choosing the same sizing, going 70%.
It's using the 10s with blockers as bluffs now as well.
Mm.
You see that?
Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Like the 10 9s bluffing.
Why is there no color under the? Is it because you have fuck all combos of it left? The spades and the. If you look at King 10 suited there, see the way the block is empty, but it says, you know, you're betting.
Yeah, because they jammed the turn.
Yeah, so you just don't have.
You
much
don't have
of them,
any
whatever.
combos
Yeah.
of them because they shoved the
Yeah.
turn. So
Yeah,
those are gone
yeah.
from our range.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, same with these. See, jam the turn, they're gone.
Yeah, but it's weird that they still show up, you know, as with options. Whereas like Ace King of Clubs doesn't because it's not possible to have that, you know.
Yeah, because the solver, you know, we're still at 0.8%. So there's
okay.
still, it's not 100% solved.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's saying that there's still 0.005% of Ace King of Spades.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think if it was solved completely, that'd be out of the equation.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So then it would be like that Ace King of Clubs.
It's very important that you have to have Ace King of Spades here 0.005% of the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you guys are just burning money. Absolutely torching it.
Otherwise, you're getting exploited hard, you know?
You're getting wrecked. Okay. So it's similar strategy on this river as the other one.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, they make so they check in those, which makes sense. So they bet the strong. Okay, so they bet the strong 2 pairs, off the same size. Oh, do you reckon they only bet in this size because that's all in? It's all in, isn't it?
Is it? It's not. Is
so
it?
They start with.
Oh, it is.
1200.
It should be. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all
It is
in.
roughly all in, right? That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So no block betting, just all ins.
yeah. So yeah, all your 2 pairs plus are just going for value here, right? Even king queen suited. Look at that. It's like half the time. What?
That is interesting.
that is crazy.
They probably expects an ace to get it in, and a lot of the flush draws get it in on the flop.
Yeah. But I mean, you gotta assume that's done as a bluff, right? Because you're not getting called by a worse hand. So it must be to bluff out their weak aces.
Yep. Yep.
That is very surprising. You would
Well,
think
so
that
as
would be
soon
good enough. And it's checking queen 10. That is very weird.
I actually think it's in for value, to be honest.
Yeah, I find that.
No, it's not, because it's checking ace king. It's checking ace king, but betting king queen, and then it's checking queen 9
And queen 10.
and
With the
queen 10.
2 pair.
So it's definitely not doing it for value. As soon as a bluff, then.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, because, I mean, if you're shoving on that river with second pair, you know, you're not expecting to get called by worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that river card, you know?
Yeah, that's a bit confusing, that one. I don't quite get that.
Yeah, that is strange.
But yeah, so we go in hand with the little pairs here. The blockers to the straight, unpaired hands, and then the third pair with blockers to the straight. Checking back most the second pair, and all the ace-x, jamming all flushes, and then jamming strong 2 pairs. Jamming strong 2 pairs, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, I'm happy with that node. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Should we check the front door flush?
There's a bit where I'm... yeah.
Sorry, what is that?
Oh, no, just saying, like, there's... Oh, you picked the same river. Oh, no, no, I was just saying, like, yeah.
Sorry,
I mean,
flush.
I'm as comfortable as I can be with it. It's just there's certain things that are very weird, like the king queen and whatnot.
Don't worry, mate. We'll run through. Yeah, that is very weird. I don't think I'm ever going to understand that.
Yeah.
But I'm putting notes up and I'll send them to you later. So
Cool. Sweet.
it's sort of just bringing everything together from what we've seen today.
Yeah.
Okay, so when this river comes in, so it brings the backdoor flush and backdoor straight. So we want to bet, again, only all-ins or chicken. And we're still going ham with these pairs.
Yeah.
How
That's
funny is that?
that's always the case with.
It just loves these little pocket pairs as bluffs. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sets, nice. Jacks. So it's bluffing the jacks with the club.
Right. Okay. But you have very little of it.
Very
by the time
little.
you get to this river because they were bluffing the turn, right?
Yeah. It's probably actually a mistake to have any jacks here.
Yeah.
I think the solver just hasn't fully solved.
Right.
some
By the way
spots.
it's plays. Yeah.
Straight. So what we bluff? Checking that. That makes sense. Ace 8. Yes. So it's the same sort of thing. We jam in. Oh, we're checking this.
Oh,
combo.
ace 7. Yeah, that's surprising.
That
yeah,
queen must be real bad for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's got to just be the cutoff hand, you know, if ace 8 is good enough, but ace 7 isn't. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, you can actually check the, how do we do that? The equity of checking and betting.
Oh, yeah.
Is it this one plus EV? Yeah, the EV of betting and checking. So, like, they are almost the same.
Yeah, so that's, yeah. Look at the ace 8, see what the difference is. It's going to be pretty close, yeah. So betting is just like...
making 40 more chips by betting.
Yeah. That's super interesting, actually, looking at it like that.
Yeah, so the A7, it's pretty much indifferent between jamming and checking.
Yeah.
You can do just whatever with that one, I'd say. It's making the same amount of money, basically.
Mm.
So same thing, when the flusher comes in, we still bet in the strong 2 pairs.
Yeah.
Sets, flushes, using little pairs to bluff. We're using 3rd pairs with straight blockers.
It's interesting, on the club, they don't bluff with King Queen, but on the diamond they did. That's weird.
That is very... I think because we're going to have more backdoor
More
flush
diamonds
draws.
than clubs? Oh,
Nah,
we're going to have more
clubs
clubs?
and diamonds, because we jam the diamonds in the flop.
Oh, yeah, we're out of position. Sorry, I was thinking we're in position. Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense, eh?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's still crazy, but
We're gonna
yeah.
have more flushes taking this line on this river than if a diamond came.
Yeah.
When we big blind.
Yeah, makes sense.
So we bluff a little pocket pairs. We bluff in 3rd pairs with straight draws. Minus the frontal flush.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like you see the Jack 10 of diamonds mostly checks here.
Yeah.
So it doesn't turn into a bluff, but the other ones do.
Oh, it does a decent amount still, though. Like, surprisingly, like 40, 41%, whatever.
Yeah, still a bit. Okay, yeah. So maybe we'll just leave that just the. And then what else is bluffing? So the unpaired.
Anything that's unpaired with a straight blocker.
Yep.
You have that in there, do you not? Oh, no, I thought you did. That was on a different river, right?
That was a different river. It's actually like really similar.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Yeah, it sort of just applies. Like if we put a. So now we've done a few of these. If we put a king down, it's going to be pretty similar, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's still jamming these.
Well.
Yeah. And that's interesting to check. So per wants the. So it's checking.
Queen 10, but it's bluffing with diamonds. That's real funny.
Mm.
That's not what you'd expect. That is
not what I expect at all.
Yeah, you would think if anything it would be the opposite way around.
But he's only got maybe 10% of the time this hand. So it's like real small, low frequency,
Yeah.
He's jamming, again, still jamming the good 2 pairs.
Yeah. It still it jams A7 on this river. That's interesting. It didn't on the Queen of Clubs, but it does on the King of Clubs. I mean, I assume it's still the equity is going to be real close if you look it up. But
should we?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's got to be right. It can't have changed much.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, still
close.
super
Like
close.
10
just
10 chips.
Yeah.
Does not make much difference.
Yeah.
Cool. We checking that down. It's jamming. It's tiring, mate.
It's
hard work.
It's wearing on me.
So it's bluffing that more. Maybe it thinks a queen kick is relevant. So it checks. Cool. Yeah, you happy with that?
Yep.
Is there any other river you want to see here?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we looked at a blank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. That was like
change
trusting.
the turn.
Yeah.
So you could pair something like that.
Yeah, I guess that's actually kind of interesting. Yeah. Right. So, do you want to see how many leads they have? Because I assume they'll have a decent amount of leads, although they shouldn't have too much 7x to the bigger sizing on the flop. Yeah, it's interesting out of position strategy here.
So.
Oh, this is with no leads. Yeah, this is with no leads. Yeah.
Yeah, you can lead, but you can't donk.
Right.
Yeah, so if you check flop, you can lead this.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I've got rid of the donking just because it screws the whole thing up.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
So just.
So in position, block bet third of the time and check 2/3, basically.
Yeah.
Block
big
betting
bets.
with king queen off, king jack off quite a bit. It's king jack suited too. Checks its a7 and ace8. That's surprising.
You just probably heavily block the hands you want to get called by.
Yeah. It's just looking at stack sizes in the river, I guess. Yeah, it's because it's like you have to overbet to get it all in on the river with a7. So you think like if I was playing this spot, I would be like block betting here with a7, just like setting up stacks a bit better for the river. But I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I guess you could. I mean, the solver's saying no, Dara.
Yeah.
The solver's saying no.
Oh, look at that! It's actually checking with small pairs.
Yeah, it's just probably bad spot to bluff now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to take all of these to showdown, and then...
Yeah. Even ace king is checking half the time. Yeah, pretty substantial. His queen goes for it more. That's surprising. And again, without the flush draw, more so. Then ace 10 uses the flush draw. That's so weird.
It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
I guess because... Why would that be? Yeah, I'm not too sure. All I can think of is maybe it's because these block straight draws. And so he's more likely to have, like, a weaker ace, I guess. Oh, no, I actually really don't know. Just checking ace 8, ace 7, sevens, bets 8s. I mean,
I'm surprised it checks ace 8 as well, because you would think, like, if it's going for value with ace queen so heavily, that ace 8 would be even better.
Yeah, that's strange.
Also, all the jack 9 suited. You think that, like, I'm barreling here with jack 9 diamonds, you know, at least. Usually.
What do you do when you block and get jammed on, though?
Yeah, no, that's ugly. That is ugly. Yeah. Complain about how bad I run.
Yeah, yeah. There's only one option. Tears will be shed. Okay, cool. I wouldn't mind seeing, like, pairing that second pair as well. Same sort of thing.
Yeah, it looks very similar.
Yeah, look, it looks exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
Except opposite. Like, still using the same hands to bluff. A little bit more of these, but...
Yeah. I'm surprised it blocks, like, half the time with its king highs. Even, like, the queen jack suited is blocking quite a lot. I just don't know what that's supposed to achieve, you know? I mean, like, the thing is you can actually get money in good there where they call you withdrawals and stuff. But,
I think that's what it's trying to do. It's trying to take
I guess
the showdown.
so. Yeah, but, like, the queen jack, that seems a little light, but I guess so. Yeah, because it's not doing it with, like, the queen 9 or jack 9, so it must be something to do with having the higher... Although, like, king 9 then as well, it doesn't do it with, but it does with the queen jack. I don't know.
Should we see what it does? So let's do a block bet.
Yeah.
And so he's jamming every 8, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, some of those flush draws he's jamming. Should we just do a call?
Yeah.
And see if we're bluffing on the river?
So that leaves him with a lot of ace-x suited.
Bluffing that.
Oh, we're bluffed, so the queen jack suited becomes a pure bluff, so that makes sense.
And you're just working these to showdown? It's interesting.
Yeah. He's jack for value. Interesting.
Okay, there's just a couple more things I want to look at, Dara.
Yep.
So I want to see.
It's getting close to dinner time.
Yeah, I'm almost tapping out, eh? I'm almost tapping out. We've done well. So it's betting a lot on this card here. Cool. Anything you want to add, Darrow? Anything else you want to look at?
No, I don't know, man. Not off the top of my head.
You fizzled out.
Yeah, it's
Same.
been getting. Yeah.
I'm tapping. Is there anything anybody in the chat wants to have a look at quickly before we bounce? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we're there. So what I'm going to do is I've got a little basically notes of what I've seen today and just trends, and I'll post it up for the subscribers so they can have access to that and just get a feel of what the solver's doing. If you like what Darren and I did, please give a follow. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll be doing, or I'll definitely be doing, these videos weekly. And Darrow, if he's keen to jump in and keep using the solver, he can jump in as well. All right, boys, thanks for that. And we'll catch you tomorrow. And I'll be jamming some poker. All right.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Darrow.
No worries.
You said you'd be